Hello everyone and welcome to Saginaw Spirit Hockey live on TV5. The countdown clock is on. Right now these are live pictures inside the Dow Event Center Arena. Just a matter of minutes, the Spirit will take on the Windsor Spitfires. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jason Fielder.
And I'm Craig McMorris. It's a perfect night for hockey. We have snow outside, a lot of heat inside that building. Checked a few minutes ago. It should be basically a sellout for tonight's game.
Yeah, it's close to one, and you know tonight's game is just a precursor of bigger things to come. On Wednesday, the Dow Event Center will host the OHL All-Star Game. It's the first time the game is being held on American soil.
The Fest is going to all kinds of fun things going on. We have fireworks, we have all kinds of activities, free ice skating. We had several hours of that happening earlier today. We have some video from earlier this afternoon, folks enjoying that free skate that started at 3 o'clock this afternoon. We also have some video of the fireworks that took place last night. Also tonight we had some fireworks, all kinds of excitement in downtown Saginaw. But right now it's time to talk hockey. In just minutes from now, the Saginaw Spirit take on the Windsor Spitfires.
Yeah, and last night's win at the Dow over the Oshawa Generals pushed the Spirit into second place in the OHL West Division. And you know, we'll take a look at the standings. Right now, the Plymouth Whalers lead the division with 65 points. The Spirit not far behind with 58. Last night's victory pushed them a point over Sarnia. Sarnia now in third with 57. Sault Ste. Marie and Windsor round out the division tonight. The Spirit record stands at 28-17-0-2 in the West Division.
Here's how the seedings in the OHL Western Conference look tonight. Right now, the Spirit are in the 4th spot. Currently, the London Knights are first in the Western Conference with 68 points. The West Division leaders, the Plymouth Whalers, are in second place in the conference, followed by the Kitchener Rangers. The 2 division winners take the top 2 seeds for the upcoming playoffs.
And tonight's game features 4 players who will take to the ice in Wednesday's OHL All-Star Classic being played at the Dow Event Center. Tom Pyatt in his 4th season with the Spirit. He's a 4th-round draft pick of the New York Rangers, a 2-time gold medalist with Team Canada at the World Junior Championships. At last season's All-Star Classic, Pyatt was named the Western Conference's most valuable player, and we've just learned that on Wednesday. Coming up in this year's Classic, Pyatt will be the captain for the Western team. Center Ryan O'Mara will also play Wednesday night. He came to Saginaw in November from the Erie Otters. That trade coming over from Erie center Zach Torquato, that it was sent over to Erie along with some draft picks. O'Mara is a 1st-round draft choice of the New York Islanders, also a 2-time gold medalist with Team Canada at the World Junior Championships.
Captain Patrick McNeil is also an All-Star. He's a 4th-round draft pick of the Washington Capitals last season. McNeil, the Spirit defenseman, led the OHL defenseman in scoring with 77 points. This past December, McNeil was named OHL Defenseman of the Month. And the only member of the Windsor Spitfires playing in the All-Star Classic is Mickey Renaud. He's a 6'2" center from Tecumseh, Ontario. Renaud is ranked as the 83rd overall North American skater in the latest NHL Central Scouting midterm rankings of 2007 draft-eligible skaters. He also, last year in the playoffs, he had 3 assists in 7 games for the Spitfires. Last week was a tough one for the Spirit. They lost 2 games on the road, and 3 players got hurt.
Yeah, and that included their captain, Patrick McNeil. But last night, the Spirit bounced back, starting an important 3-game weekend with a win over the Oshawa Generals. The Spirit have worked hard all season long, and the record proves it. The season got off to a rough start for the Spirit. Their first victory didn't come until September 30th, 4 games into the season. Their first victory came on the same night that Stephen Colbert unveiled their new mascot.
And now, get ready for your spirits to soar, just like your new mini mascot, Steagle Colbeagle the Eagle.
That announcement must have revitalized the team. They went on to win their next 7 games. Then the day before Thanksgiving, the team pulled off a major trade, acquiring center Ryan O'Mara from Erie for center Zach Torquato. O'Mara is a 2005 first-round draft pick of the New York Islanders. They've since acquired forward Cody Bass and defenseman Andrew Hotham and Mitch Manuel. All the moves are paying off as the team has since been at or near the top of the Western Division. Other highlights of this season include rookie right winger Jan Mursak. He scored a point in 22 consecutive games. Goaltender Ryan Daniels was named the OHL Goaltender of the Month in October. And Captain Patrick McNeil was named the OHL Defenseman of the Month in December. The Spirit also had 2 players win gold medals at the 2007 World Junior Championship in Sweden. Forwards Ryan O'Mara and Tom Pyatt both won gold for Team Canada. It was the 2nd straight year that the pair accomplished that feat.
We're only getting started here tonight. In just a few minutes, the action on the ice begins at the Dow Event Center.
Also on the way, a special ceremonial puck drop.
We'll also be talking to Saginaw Spirit coach Bob Mancini. Hear what he has to say about tonight's game.
And a little bit later on, we'll be live with some of the stars from this year's World Junior Championship game. It's a special banner reveal you don't want to miss. You're watching Saginaw Spirit hockey right here on TV5.
Delta.
Tuesday, nary, and that's a word from the 17th century, I believe, Terry, a ticket to be had for both those contests. But first, Spirit do have to take care of some business. It'll feel a lot more festive if they can start off with a win here tonight against Windsor before they head there tomorrow, a place they haven't won their last 6 tries.
As you mentioned, the first game of a home-and-home series in the Spirit definitely need the 2 points when you consider quite a race going on in the OHL Western Conference. The guys touched on it right off the bat, and certainly the Spirit 2 points tonight would go a long way. If you don't pick up those 2 points, somebody else will.
Let's get downstairs. Player introductions for the Saginaw Spirit. The starting lineup for the Spirit and Spitfires tonight from the Dow Event Center.
Ladies and gentlemen, your local area Meyer stores in partnership with Frito-Lay, Nabisco, and Pepsi are proud to present your very own Saginaw Spirit. Starting tonight for the Spirit. On defense, number 5, Mitch Manuel. Also on defense, number 6, Christopher Breen. At center, number 14, Tyler Haskins. At left wing, number 23, Patrick Assoy. And right wing is number 20, Assoy. And right wing is number 20, Assoy. And right wing is number 20, Assoy. And Spirit.
So there you have it, the Saginaw Spirit, and Ryan Daniels in net tonight. He has struggled somewhat of late, Terry, but the Ottawa Senators draft pick, 23-16, 0-2, a .902 save percentage. Goalie of the month in not only October of last year, but also October 2005. Reggie Jackson's got nothing on him, but they need him to be Mr. March and April, that's for sure this season.
They certainly need Daniels to bounce back, and these 2 teams 1-1 over the course of the season of the 06-07 OHL season, the 3rd meeting of the campaign between the 2 teams, and Ryan Daniels would like to make the Spirit 2-1 between these 2 clubs so far this year.
And of course, Saginaw, as of course the guys, Jason and Craig both mentioned, injuries a problem. We'll talk about that decimated blue line and what they did to kind of patch it up with a pretty strong Band-Aid, and Cody Bass, the forward, also a Senators draft pick on the blue line last night. That was big in terms of how he played against the Oshawa Generals in that 1-goal victory. Now we're set for the national anthems. I do believe Spirit and Spitfires to come on TV5. Very glad you could be with us on this snowy Saturday night. Lots of fun to come, but more importantly, the 60 minutes plus perhaps of hockey. And we'll get to that right after the national anthems, beginning with O Canada, followed by the Star-Spangled Banner.
Well, Spirit fans, it's time once
Set
again.
to go, Spirit and the Spitfires from the Dow Event Center. West Division rivals, of course. Third meeting of 6 still to come this season. Meeting 4 at the Windsor Arena tomorrow. The oldest building in the OHL. I don't even have a relative older than that building, Terry. I mean, none. I don't think living or dead. That's how old it is.
At least 80 years old, the Windsor Arena. But we mentioned 2 meetings so far between these 2 teams. We can take a look inside the numbers to take a look at how the season series has played out so far this season between the 2 clubs. And you see it went 1 apiece in the win column. That's the important number. Power plays are certainly a factor in the Ontario Hockey League. The OHL uses the NHL standard of enforcement, and therefore you see those power play numbers. 4 for 23 for the Spirit, 3 for 21 for the Spitfires. We'll be watching that over the course of this game, because whoever gets the most power play goals a lot of times wins the hockey games in the OHL, and certainly the team that knows how to stay out of the box usually also comes out victorious.
And something to watch for tonight, the Windsor Spitfires' 5th best penalty kill in the OHL. You might look at them in the standings and think, well, there's not very much they can be good at. They're a young team building for the future. They're almost a certainty to miss the playoffs this postseason, but that's the sign of a gritty hockey team that can cause trouble for some of the teams in the upper echelon, like the Saginaw Spirit, and that's something the Spirit have to watch for, is the very good Windsor penalty kill this evening.
At one point in time, the Spitfires' penalty kill was number 1 in the Ontario Hockey League. They've regressed a little bit, but certainly when you can put up top 5 numbers, it's to play the defensive game first. When you don't have the talent, you try to play that way of just keeping it simple, keep it safe, keep pucks out of your own net, and hopefully the offense will take care of itself.
And of course, the Windsor Spitfires, coached by Bob Bugner, 630 NHL games. We'll talk more about him. Ceremonial puck drop, of course, at center ice, as we see a couple of the luminaries, including Tyler Haskins, who did a yeoman's-like work on John Tavares, the superstar in waiting. Well, he's already a superstar, really. The 98 points he's got so far this season. Tyler Haskins, of course, facing off on the ceremonial puck drop with Kathy Russo from Covenant. And the Spitfires, by the way, defending our goal to the left, Saginaw to the right, as they clear the carpet off. And again, as we mentioned, Bob Bugner, 630 NHL games, a Windsor native, originally drafted by the Detroit Red Wings back in 1989. Never really got the chance with how deep that Red Wings defense was, Terry, with guys like Nick Lidstrom, Vladimir Konstantinov coming up. But he went to Buffalo, a team that was struggling on the blue line, really made a name for himself on a couple long playoff runs, and then bounced around a little bit before finishing up with the Avalanche last year.
And another familiar name, Warren Reichel, certainly involved in this team. We talk about some of the players that will be heavily involved in this game for the Windsor Spitfires. It will be Joshua Bailey, the native of Bowmanville, Ontario, went over to the Spitfires in a big deal. Anthony Guadagnolo went the other way to the Owen Sound attack for the Saginaw Spirit. Ryan O'Mara, with a pair of goals in last night's game, hopes to continue that for the New York Islanders draft choice.
Spitfires win the draw. We are underway. Very excited to be bringing you this contest. Of course, we'll be hearing a lot from Scott Johnson, who's down ringside. Chris Breen controls the puck for Saginaw to Haskins in the slot. That puck will pinball back to the side of the goal, and Angelage didn't quite have it locked up. The referees, by the way, are Sean Davis and Joe Park. Unlike the NHL, the OHL not always using the 2-referee system, and right there, Terry, the Spirit wishing it was a 0-referee system. They're caught with an early penalty, and the Spitfires off to the power play. Chris Breen got a little caught back on his side of center, and a haul down means 29 seconds in, the Spitfires power play takes effect.
Indeed, very quickly, Windsor will try and see if they can open the scoring on the 19th best power play in the Ontario Hockey League, clicking just over 15%. The Spirit last night dropped under 80% on the penalty kill, 13th in the OHL.
Keep an eye and ear, though, for 2 big names that have gotten it done on the power play, that being Bradley Stetzinger, as Pyatt with a high shot that whistles well over the crossbar past Angelage. Now back behind the net, the other name we mentioned, of course, a couple times, Keaton Turkowitz, a former Sudbury Wolf with 10 power play goals as well. Wolves will flip it into Saginaw territory. Adam Henrique will play it up ahead. Stetzinger, one of about, I'd say, 1.8% of OHL players with hair past the helmet. Just a different time and era, but Stetzinger not aware of that yet. Josh Bailey from the point, he'll move it there to the stick of Kandari. Great deflect out by Mursak, and his speed, along with Kandari's speed, makes for a great race down the ice. Mursak tries to win it out of the corner behind the net. He's tied up. Good play by Bailey, and Kandari did just enough there, Terry, I think, to stay on the legal side of things to wedge Mursak away from the puck.
Spirit coach Bob Mancini disagrees, but play continues on. Joe Park, the referee there, decided to say play on.
Now Jack Combs will flip it into Windsor territory. Merrick Biro controls. He'll play it left wing side. Intercepted by Ryan O'Mara and dumped down the ice. And Angelage will leave it there once again for Biro. He's the lone European, of course. In the OHL, you can have 2 European-born players on your squad. Spirit just had the one last season with Michael Berner, but this year they're really effective with the European contingent with, of course, Jan Mursak, the Detroit Red Wings draft pick, and Thomas Saborski. Now a 2-on-1 chance for Saginaw. O'Mara to Combs in front. He made one move, maybe too many, and it deflected off the side of the right post. But a pretty pass across from Ryan O'Mara to Jack Combs on penalty kill duty. Now brought by the Spitfires in, just 9 seconds remaining. Mickey Reno, who was pointed out, Windsor's lone all-star representative. He might as well pitch a tent after tomorrow's game and come up and stay over, of course, for the Tuesday skills competition. The Wednesday game itself, no score. We're, as you see by the clock, in the upper right corner, just 2.5 minutes in. Tyler Haskins, the Ohio native, will carry in, made a nice cut, gets hauled down. Did he put the puck almost in off the side of the left post and lost a helmet in the process, and Joe Park had no choice there but to make that call. And Terry, good penalties, bad penalties, but I think that was the right thing for Keith Wynn, the 19-year-old defenseman, to do. Haskins had him beat.
A great move by Tyler Haskins coming in right through the middle, looking to go to the front of the net. You'll watch Wynn finally has to reach out, but Haskins, who's wearing the C for the Spirit with Patrick McNeil out of the lineup, looking to go hard to the net. He's hauled down. He still almost slid the puck home, but instead it will be the Spirit on the power play.
This is where the Spirits make their dinner and eat their dessert right afterwards. Second in the OHL as far as the power play is concerned. 74 power play goals. They click at 23.3%. O'Mara, long shot from the point. That gets deflected off the end glass. Scott Todd, the veteran defenseman, pinched in by Tom Pyatt. Todd for Windsor, number 8, a draft pick of the Nashville Predators. Now Pyatt knocks a Windsor player down in the process. That's Bradley Stetzinger. Just 24 seconds gone to the man advantage for Saginaw.
We've talked about the Spitfires penalty kill, 5th in the Ontario Hockey League, and their key is just getting in the passing lanes, looking to take away time and space from the Spirit. It's a hard-working group. The Spitfires team, they don't have a whole lot of skill right now. They're still a young, developing club, but when you're in the right place at the right time, good things can happen.
Mitch Manuel unable to keep that puck in. A lot of time spent in the Windsor jersey. 4 years, in fact. He was a first-round draft pick back in 2002, played 250 games for the Spitfires, and was drafted in the 4th round by the Chicago Blackhawks, and took quite the road, didn't he, Terry, to get here to Saginaw this year for the last several games.
The Chicago draft choice, Norfolk, Toledo, he spent time in over the course of the season before joining the Spirit as Saginaw acquired his rights in the offseason from the Spitfires, a native of Thunder Bay, Ontario, an area that does not have an Ontario Hockey League franchise, but has turned out a lot of players, including Saginaw's Tom Pyatt.
Now the Windsor goalie, Andrew Angelage, getting some work done on the trainers. I think just a little bit of build-up and residue on the back of the right skate, it looks like. Either that or he's getting the pad tied underneath by the equipment manager, Mike Hildenbrand. No score in the hockey game. Saginaw, by the way, you saw the graphic in the beginning, 7 points back of the Plymouth Whalers for first place. We'll keep you posted tonight. The Whalers hosting the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds in this same state of Michigan, of course, and the Whalers have been lights out on home ice. We'll keep you posted all night long. Whalers have just lost 4 games in regulation in 23. Now Haskins plays it off a boot. Zaborski will come in onside. He's been hot of late with 9 points in his last 7 games with a goal last night. It made it a 3-2 hockey game in an eventual 5-4 win over Oshawa. Low shot toward the net, hits a skate, and it'll deflect out and down the ice. Zaborski will chase it down. Paired up with Nigel Williams on the blue line. Not the best of passes by Zaborski. Stetzinger shorthanded. Breaks it up for Windsor. Carries in over the Saginaw blue line. Lost a handle on it there. Haskins breaks it out. Up ahead to Ryan Berard. Berard just kept it onside. Now he's knocked down. Stood motionless a little too long with the puck. Now good keep in by McDonough, who will flip it behind the Windsor net. 30 seconds to go in that hooking call to Keith Wynn, the Windsor defenseman. Spitfires have lost 9 of their last 10. Their only recent win in Peterborough last weekend. Now McDonough tied up there in the corner by John Kurtz, and will get a stoppage. 15 seconds left. And this Windsor team really looked like maybe before the Christmas break, Terry, they might make a push for the playoffs, but the philosophy wasn't going to change for Bob Butner and Warren Reichel. This year, not our year. We've taken over as owners in the first season. This team hasn't missed the playoffs in 8 years, but we're willing to take that bullet for a much better team next year, thus the trading of a lot of veterans.
Especially Buffalo Sabres first-round pick Mike Weber going to the Barrie Colts, a team in the Eastern Conference that's looking to build up for a championship run.
Now Nigel Williams takes the slap shot. It deflects off Angel Age. Tom Pyatt tries to drag it loose out of the corner. It kicks free to Mursak. Mursak off the stick. It'll bounce back. Just kept in by Nigel. Now down deep to Mursak. Nigel Williams left the University of Wisconsin to, of course, come here. Long slap shot in tight. Angelage the save. And Williams, a second-round pick of the Colorado Avalanche. His GM at the time was Pierre Lacroix. No longer there, however, but still a bright future with a lot of NHL skills already developed in Big Nigel. 15:02 to go in the first, no score.
Williams, one of those guys that has the huge shot from the line, and we've talked about it over the course of the season. If he can fake that shot a few times, and players will overplay him at the point, before you know it, he'll have teammates freed up.
Josh Bailey, you isolated him, one of the big keys out there now against a line of Thomas Craig, Jack Combs centering it, and Andrew Cloutier. Cloutier and Nick Crawford, the only 1990-born rookies playing with any regularity. Let's head downstairs in a scoreless game to Scott Johnson.
Hey, thanks, guys. We're down here with Jennifer Ranama of the Dow Chemical Company. Of course, Dow is very involved in the community. The Dow Event Center, they're the title sponsor for the All-Star Game coming in, and of course the Dow Diamond. Why is it important for Dow to be involved in events like this?
Well, a few years ago, we were approached about the event center, and it really gave us something to think about. And we thought, we're really busy in this community, and we do a lot of things, but it's not really visible. So that was our first opportunity to really step up and become more visible in the community, to give back to the community, to give back to our employees, and give them something really great to do.
And I would imagine the employees enjoy it a lot.
They certainly do. In fact, I can look around here and tell you that there's a lot of people probably watching me right now. So.
Okay, Jennifer Ranama of the Dow Chemical Company. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Scott. Of course, the Dow Event Center, the name of this arena, and of course, long popular as the old Wendler Arena, named after Paul Wendler, former mayor of Saginaw. Now Cloutier will play it to Zaborski. Zaborski, a good crunch on his man, forced a turnover. Cody Bass, long shot, rebound in front, great save. Cloutier on the doorstep. And Angelage may not make a better save than that all night. And he's going to face a fair amount more shots. Cloutier robbed not just a goalie mask, but a ski mask apparently for Angelage in the Windsor net, Terry.
Yeah, great save, paddle down, taking away the bottom of the net.
Of course, that started with a point shot from Cody Bass. Long shot, Nick Crawford. Loose puck side of the goal. McDonough threatening now behind the goal. It goes in! It just crossed the goal line. Ryan McDonough deflected it off Angelage for his 26th goal of the season. And the most obvious of goals it looked like did go in. This one, no one expected until it crossed the line.
A very broken play. It looked like the Spirit were going to have the better chance a moment ago, and you'll see the puck will bounce around. McDonough goes behind the net, looking to center it out in front, hits the side of the pad of Angelage, even up a little higher up on the hip as he's sitting down, and slides over the goal line. Not very far over the line, but just enough for Ryan McDonough to open the scoring for the Spirit, his 26th goal of the season.
McDonough's second year in a Spirit jersey, 42 points now. He was the leading scorer for this club last year. And a very talented 18-year-old player. Passed over in the NHL draft because of size, but the way a lot of younger, smaller players, at least height-wise, guys under 5'11", are thriving in the new NHL. Don't count him out. McDonough, a lead for a guy who's well taller than 5'10", big 6'4" Chris Chappell. He forces a turnover down deep in Windsor territory. Nick Crawford, Cody Bass get the assists on the goal, and Bass, again, doing an outstanding job from the point. Filling in with only 4 healthy defensemen for Saginaw for the next couple of weeks with the injuries to Patrick McNeil, Andrew Hotham, and Garrett Sinfield. 1-0 Saginaw. Now Spitfire's puck, it'll come up to Nemes. He'll clear the zone. Play it into Saginaw territory. Giving chase, Ryan Baldwin with a knock on Nigel Williams. Williams absorbs it well, cuts right in front of the crease area, and he'll play it up to Chappell and join the rush. Chappell with Williams, and it just hopped over the blue line. Nigel did all he could to stay on side. We'll come back after this. McDonough has opened the Saginaw scoring account with his 26th 1-0 Spirit. You are watching Saginaw Spirit Hockey on TV5. Welcome back, 1-0 Saginaw. Greg Brady, Terry Doyle here at the Dow Event Center. Scott Johnson down below. And of course, Jason and Craig back in studio. We'll see and hear from them again. First intermission. We're a ways away from that. Mitch Manuel off the draw. A play into Patrick Aslan. Aslan a low shot towards the net. Now Biro will try and move it out of the corner. Berard rumbles in, knocks down Adam Henrique, but unable to collect the puck, and the Spitfires will transition out of their own end. Aslan will kick it back up ahead, just stays on side to Tyler Haskins. Haskins played nearly his entire career in Toronto, downtown, with the St. Michael's Majors. But in his overage season, wanted to play on a contender. The Spirit certainly are that, and the Madison, Ohio native, just in between Erie and Pittsburgh, makes it home. A little closer to home, that is, to play for the Saginaw Spirit this year. And quite an acquisition it's been to get Tyler Haskins back to the United States and playing the kind of hockey in his overage season he's very capable of playing.
Haskins is a player who normally does not wear a letter for the Spirit, but has been a leader all season. And anytime Patrick McNeil, the normal captain of the Spirit, has gone down with an injury, Bob Mancini not hesitating to put the C on Haskins.
Spitfires win the face-off again. They've won the draw a few times tonight, now flipped into the Saginaw bench. 12:06 to go. As we mentioned, Spits haven't missed the playoffs since 1998, a streak of 8 seasons. They lost to the Whalers, West Division rival for the Spirit, in 7 games last year after the Whalers finished second in the conference and the Spitfires 7th. Pyatt will line up on the draw against Adam Henrique, one of the talented rookies in the Windsor lineup, and it shows you the depth Windsor has on this blue line, starting the maximum 4 rookies in this lineup tonight. They want to get these young players the experience for next season and beyond.
And a lot of these guys came out of the 2006 OHL draft. Their 05 draft was not very good, so they're building young with the 06 guys.
Now Adam Henrique into the zone again. Shot up high. Daniels tipped it up with the blocker. It'll head back to the point. Low shot deflected by Pyatt, and we've got some roughing in front. Mitch Manuel with his former teammate Bradley Stetzinger, and they'll get 2 minutes to cool off. Let's head down to Scott once again before we get back to 4-on-4 hockey.
Okay, guys, Craig Gosselin here, the managing partner of the Saginaw Spirit, and you are just a marketing madman, aren't you here? We got the All-Star game coming up.
Well, we were excited about it. We were sold out tonight. We were sold out last night, and the All-Star game's got about 500 tickets left, and the skills event on Tuesday has got about 1,000. So it's going to be an exciting week here in Saginaw. We're pretty excited about what's happening.
Hey, finally, this program is really grown up. You get the All-Star game in here. You guys are going after the other championship next year. I mean, boy, talk about the growth of this club.
Well, we're trying to build a model franchise here, and we're trying to establish a reputation of excellence for hosting special events and having TV5 support this the way you guys have, and the way the community supported this project. That's what it's all about, so that we can get more special events from the OHL in the future.
You're looking forward to that skills competition, aren't you?
It's going to be exciting. The skills there's 40 players on the ice that are all future NHLers, and it's going to be exciting for the fans to see the skills and the All-Star game next Tuesday and Wednesday.
And Tom Pyatt is going to be the captain.
Tom Pyatt is the captain, number 27 for us. We're thrilled for Tom, and he deserves it. And Patrick McNeil's on that team. Of course, he's injured now, so he's not on the team. And Ryan O'Mara, also number 22, is on that team. So we're thrilled for our guys.
Okay, guys, back to you upstairs.
Yeah, it will be a big night Tuesday with the skills. The game itself, West versus East, and Terry, certainly you can't get more potential NHL talent on the ice, at least in the next couple seasons. The Prospects game, of course, played across the entire Canadian Hockey League, but this is really proven commodities in this game Wednesday night.
And coming up on Wednesday night, which you can catch it on My 5, you will see John Tavares, the leading scorer in the Ontario Hockey League, a guy who's almost put up 100 points already, well over 50 goals, pegged to be the first-round pick in the NHL draft, not until 2009, though. He's that young.
2 minutes for Stetzinger for slashing, and 2 on Mitch Manuel for roughing. So we're playing with a lot more open ice, 4-on-4. Bailey a low shot in. Daniels thought about playing it, but instead the Spitfires forced the face-off down deep with Keaton Turkowitz in Daniels' grill. 11:10 to go, first period. Ryan McDonough got the scoring going with the helper going to Nick Crawford, a 1-0 lead. And of course the phone number for tickets, 989-497-SPIRIT. Spirit will play the Erie Otters in here next Saturday night. First visit back for Zach Torquato in this building.
Torquato, who has moved in the deal with Ryan O'Mara, coming the other way. The Otters, another young team. They're going to miss the playoffs this season, but building for the future, and they built a young nucleus.
Now played into the Windsor zone, grabbed by Bailey. Bailey will leave it there on the stick of Mark Kandari, another of the 4 rookies. Up ahead to Turkowitz. Turkowitz misfired a pass to Bailey, broken up, sent almost out. Zaborski was waiting for a long bomb pass. Didn't connect with him. Now he'll break up a pass there and play it past his man. Pushed off the puck. He'll come in with McDonough. Zaborski, Crawford, McDonough flips it across. McDonough had to go off the skate. Couldn't put it in as he knocked it down in midair. Zaborski had to flip that across to get it past Kandari. Now it'll bounce back to the point. Nick Crawford, slap shot. Fanned on it. McDonough in the slot. Was waiting, and Zaborski unable to handle the backhand. Spits dodge a bullet. They're already down 1-0. Now onto the stick of Kandari again. Long shift for him over the blue line. He'll flip it in behind the Saginaw net. Breen lost an edge, and Greg Nemes controls. Back to Kandari again, broken up by Nigel Williams. Williams wants to skate out, played up ahead. Chappell, Williams, one man back. Tried the wrister, and Williams got a bit too casual with it as Parlett knocked it away from him. I think Williams thought he had a little more time there when he did, and Blake Parlett, the second-year defenseman, closed the gap awfully quick.
The former Barrie first-round draft choice Parlett, a hard-working player that the Windsor Spitfires are known for. They'll make their opponents work for it.
Nigel Williams lobbed his shot in on goal. Save made. Will break and come back. 1-0 Spirit. 9:43 left. First period. You're watching Saginaw Spirit hockey on TV5. Welcome back. Greg Brady, Terry Doyle. 9:43 left. Quick low shot towards the net, just as Stetzinger and Manu released from their punishment. They each had coincidental minor penalties, and both will stay out for their teams. Ryan McDonough, the goal earlier in this period, is 26th of the season. Shots are 9-2 Saginaw. Haskins will try and play it toward the net off the draw. Whipped around the right wing boards by Windsor. Good keep in by the rookie Crawford. He flutters one in, and it was Angelage struggling with it, but eventually found it under that left glove hand for another stoppage.
6'5" Andrew Angelage of the Windsor Spitfires is ranked 5th among North American goaltenders for the 2007 National Hockey League entry draft. He's a native of Oshawa, Ontario, and a player really has come into his own this season after playing Tier 2 hockey, minor league hockey basically from an OHL standpoint in Oshawa last year.
Now Haskins pushes it towards the net. Play was made by Angelage and now controlled by Aslan in neutral ice. Flip past Haskins. Aslan will hustle hard for it there. Couldn't get to the loose puck. Scott Todd puts a bump in on him. And the Spirit send it right back out again. Aslan knocks it down on his side of center. Played in by Hughes. Mitch Manu stepped up on Hughes. Late offside call as Manu ran into Hughes. And you mentioned the draft situation for Angelage. Certainly it almost benefits you as a goaltender in the OHL or any junior league to actually be on not a contender, because you're going to get to play a lot more than you are in a veteran situation. Ryan Daniels saw that somewhat last year with how he carried the team, and it certainly helped his draft status with the Ottawa Senators.
If you're a contending team, chances are they're going to have a 20-year-old or a 19-year-old goaltender in net rather than that 18-year-old draft-eligible player, and the scouts can see the skills if you're playing 50, 40 games a season.
Now Scott Todd back in his own zone. He'll control. Wearing the A as one of the alternate captains, left wing side, onto the stick of Stetzinger. Stetzinger into Hughes. Hughes couldn't put it towards the net, left behind. Stetzinger thought about the wraparound. Tom Pyatt guarding that post very well with some defensive work from the center position. Now Mickey Reno play in front, backhand whack at it there by Hughes. Side of the goal, it hit the side of the post, and they just flip it wide. But the Spirit had enough chaos and disorder down in front of the net that they're guilty of a penalty. And Nigel Williams will sit. We'll see the Windsor power play. Sometimes you keep banging away at the net, Terry, you'll end up earning that man advantage. Windsor did just that.
Number 7, Nigel Williams with the hook right there, but you'll see the puck bounce around. Watch, it'll go off the post and right back out in front of the net. Stetzinger on the backhand puts it wide, and then it was blown down by referee Sean Davis. The Spitfires go on their second power play of the game.
Penalty number 7.
Kind of a soft call. He actually could have called Williams more likely for the first penalty and let that go, and then called him for a bit of a more ice creamy second penalty. Now Combs will try and move it up the left wing boards. Not out. Stetzinger a keep in, but Chris Breen has loads of room, and Breen will flip it out. Chris Breen, 18 years old, but not too old to understand the merits of wooden sticks, Terry. He's the only Spirit player playing with a wooden stick.
Everybody else is using the special composite sticks that break very easily, but for your defenseman that doesn't wind up with the big shot, use the big wooden stick.
And boy, if you're me, or I guess I can speak for you, if you're our age and an 18-year-old's considered a throwback, then you yourself are old.
Yes, we're starting to feel that way
when the 18-year-olds are going retro and it's passed you by, something's wrong. 7.5 minutes to go, first period. 1-0 lead Saginaw. Spitfires can't get much going on this power play so far. A minute left in it with Nigel Williams in the box. Carried in by Kandari, turned right back over and sent out by Nick Crawford. Given the chase is Patrick Aslan. Angelage had to wait for it to get in that trapezoid area where he can safely play the puck. OHL adopted that rule when the NHL busted back to their new rule scenario in the fall of 2005. Cody Bass ties up his man. Spitfire's puck, however, long shot taken by Hudis, and it deflects high over the Saginaw net. Now Mickey Reno tries to move it in front. Hudis will control behind the goal. Back to the point. They set up Biro. Slap shot missed on the right post side. Bounces around to Adam Nemes. Nemes plays it back. Keith Wynn, long shot. Biro up high, deflected by Reno. And Terry, from our angle, Biro had a shot that might have been going in, and his teammates seemed to deflect it over the goal.
And Daniels never saw it coming in, and before he did do it, it was already over the net.
But you'd rather have the deflection than not have it. More often than not, it'll pay off for you. It didn't there for Windsor. Penalty over to Nigel Williams, so the Spirit kill that off. Daniels has to play a puck on the backhand on the glove side at the side of the right post. Long shot again. It'll bounce to the corner. Ryan Berard. Long shift for him on the PK. He'll send it out and down the ice. Somewhat content with the icing with 6:11 left in period number 1 and a 1-0 Saginaw lead. Nick Crawford, Cody Bass, they set up Ryan McDonough, who did a lot of the work himself for his 26th goal. The rookie Crawford snags assist number 6, and Cody Bass, 10 points in 10 games since coming to Saginaw, assist number 19 this year.
You saw Bob Mancini a moment ago chomping on the gum, a guy who certainly built this Saginaw team into a contender this season and hoping to go deep in the playoffs.
And gum sales in Saginaw, I'm told, have increased as a result of his arrival back in the summer of '04. Somewhat worse in Edmonton, where he was, of course, one of the head scouts for the Edmonton Oilers, which has drafted so many young, talented players. General manager Kevin Lowe, head coach Craig McTavish. Spirit sent it out and down the ice. O'Mara, good pinch in with a hit. Long shot by Breen, deflects back the other way. Here's a race for it. Breen pitched in. He's really caught Baldwin with good hustle by Manu to hammer him down into the corner. A superb open ice hit by the 20-year-old Thunder Bay native, Mitch Manu. Ryan Baldwin says, "You never hit me like that in practice last year." Now played in by Saginaw, controlled by Mursak. Side of the goal, he threaded between the wickets of Aslan, and Aslan will hustle hard back, or rather that was O'Mara. Now Adam Henrique comes in. Long shot, deflects up high, stays in play, or so it seemed. 5:09 to go, 1-0 Saginaw lead. 10-4 the shots on net. We'll break and come back with the remainder of the first period. You're watching Saginaw Spirit Hockey on TV5.
20-year-old veteran Mitch Manu lowers the boom on Ryan Baldwin. Both players going for the puck. Manu says, "I'll take you out, then I'll take the disc and continue on."
Certainly assault and battery, and maybe, I guess, even theft off the ice. He'd be facing a variety of charges were this not a hockey game. It is, however. McDonough, the goal scorer in it, 26 on the season. Will play it in behind the Windsor net. Spitz attempt to move it out. The Thunder sticks getting loud in here. Windsor will be guilty of icing here. You know, a Windsor general manager with a bit of a tie. We'll talk about that coming up to Saginaw in a second. But let's head downstairs again to Scott.
Okay, thanks, guys. We're here with Dr. Robert Emmerich of Delta College. And Coach, I mean, you love this kind of hockey, don't you?
I sure do. How could you not love it? A lot of great passing, great play, a bunch of fine young people that are doing a great job in pursuing excellence.
Now, Delta College is the sponsor of the 3 stars of the game, and you like this tie with this team, don't you?
We do. We not only sponsor the stars of the game, but we've also a marquee sponsor. Delta College believes in excellence and also believes in creating quality people for citizenship in this world, and these people here at the Spirit have done a good job with their team as well in that regard. And we're very, very happy to be a part of the Saginaw Spirit and what it's meant to the community, the Tri-Cities.
Thanks. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks.
Back to you guys up in the booth.
Thanks, Scott. Long shot, somewhat harmless by Tomas Zaborski in on the netminder, Angel H. To mention that tie-in, General Manager Warren Reichel, 406 NHL games from Tecumseh, Ontario, just outside. But he was a Saginaw Hawk, Terry, between 1987 and 89. Teammate of Steve Ludzig, Brian Noonan, Darren Pang, affectionately known as the Panger, and Ed Belfour, also affectionately known as Psycho Eddie to some. How would you like to be a roommate with that guy back in his 20s? I'm sure he's mellowed a little bit now that he's with the Florida Panthers, but just imagine Ed Belfour checking into a hotel and finding out there's no ice machine on that floor. Think about that. Long and hard, will you?
I bet you $1 billion he'd be a little upset.
The Spitfires will try to move the puck up the right wing side, outside their zone. Combs with a tie-up. Down deep on Greenup. battle for the puck there. Combs had a bounce off the back, just able to keep it in. What did he give Greenup? A shot up high. Greenup, I think, gave him an invitation to dance, and Combs said, not a big fan of the film Footloose, thanks anyway. Daniels down deep, onto the stick of his defenseman, Chris Breen. Now Nigel Williams controls. Good forecheck by Windsor here. Mickey Reno doing the task there. As mentioned, we'll see him in the All-Star game, a 30-point season, 45 games played. Now Todd gets pushed by Thomas Craig, 3:10 and ticking to go, 1-0 Spirit. Adam Nemes up the right wing side, intended for Reno. Haskins doing his normal workhorse warrior duty, forces a turnover. Crawford up ahead, tape to tape to Berard. Aslan in onside. Berard tries to keep it in. Spitz will break out now, 3-on-2. Reno down the right wing side. Crawford lowered the boom. Nemes a long shot. He had the left corner picked just inside the post, but he missed by a couple feet. Now it's played by Parlett up ahead, turned over again. Nick Crawford up through the middle to Cody Bass, and Bass will drift one into Windsor territory. Biro hears the footsteps. Ryan Berard puts the hit in on him. Spitfires send it out down the ice, not far enough for icing, and it's Cody Bass down deep to control. 11-4, shots on net for the Spirit. He'll play it up ahead to Aslan. Chip back out to neutral ice. Bass chops it down and plays it into Windsor territory. It got past Kandari. Spirit try and force a pass to Pyatt, and having to hustle there to do so was Ryan O'Mara. 2:12 to go in the period. 1-0 Saginaw lead. Not a lot of chances in the last few minutes for either squad, Terry.
It has been a little bit of back and forth action, something the Spitfires would certainly like to have happen. And coming up in our first intermission, we'll reveal a special banner here at the Dow Event Center celebrating the Spirit players that have taken part in the 2007 World Junior Hockey Championships. Highlights of the first period, and also looking ahead at the 2007 OHL All-Star game coming up this week here in Saginaw.
Yeah, the big game on My 5 Wednesday night, 7 o'clock start. We certainly hope you can tune in for that. O'Mara off the draw, tries to win it, gets it back after initially giving it up. Tom Pyatt down deep, tries to push it toward the corner, now gets some room behind the goal. He'll play it toward the slot. Mitch Manuel, a very heady pinch in to Pyatt, lost the handle on it there. Kandari will flip it up the right wing side to Keaton Turkowitz. Turkowitz, a late trade deadline acquisition last season. Now a pass for Parlett. Drop pass there, turned over. Pyatt transition the other way, lost an edge. Spitfires keep it in onside. Manu there, a good hit on Josh Bailey. Sent up ahead by Breen to Ryan O'Mara. O'Mara will come in with Pyatt, and here, great pass from Yursak to O'Mara, and Pyatt will move it back to Ryan O'Mara. And a low shot, Angelaj just in the way of a lot of shots, and I think the Spirit, with the balance of play, Terry, maybe getting a bit frustrated. You say, why frustrated? They're up 1-0, but they're having a lot of odd man rushes and breaks, but not doing a lot with the chances.
Just like this, Tom Pyatt looking to finish a nice three-way passing play with Mirzak and O'Mara, but Angelage making the save there. Then the puck came back out in front off the stick of O'Mara, but once again, Angelage able to make the stop and hold on. Shots on goal are 12-4 here in the period with just over a minute to go.
Nigel Williams plays it up ahead to Ryan McDonough. Zaborski a chip onside. Beats Scott Todd one-on-one. Wrist shot up high, bouncing puck, side of the goal. McDonough, a good lead for Chapel. Back to the point to Nigel Williams. It hopped up over Nigel's stick, and now a skate race between Hughes and Williams. Williams plays the man, not the puck. Maybe the right thing to do because Hughes was gaining on him. It'll be kept in by Wynn at the point for Windsor. Sent around the boards, Cody Bass on the stick of McDonough. McDonough couldn't handle it. Shot right back in, takes an odd bounce. Well, the boards at the Dow Event Center the last few weeks I've noticed have been awfully tricky, even for the home team to negotiate. Nigel Williams, low shot toward the net. Bit of a rebound given out by Angelage. He eventually covers up with 36.6 seconds left now. 15-4, the shot advantage for the Spirit.
And you'll see the Spirit coming in again, trying to work in that right wing side. Williams stops, looks to move it towards the front of the net, takes a little bit of a bump there still. He's very strong on the puck, able to get that shot through. Angelage makes the stop, and as he'll pounce and hold on, you'll see Zaborski looking for that big rebound. That's one of the big strengths of the game of Angelage, is rebound control.
Patrick Aslan tried the give and go with Berard, broken up by Kandari, who's logged a lot of minutes for a rookie defenseman, much as we saw Patrick McNeil, the All-Star, out of the lineup with a lot of minutes in his first season here back in 03-04. Mitch Manu thought about a keep in, brought it back in offside, so 16 seconds left. The draw is on the safe side for Windsor, at least, of their blue line.
You see two Saginaw fans in their Spirit gear as it's a sold-out crowd here at the Dow Event Center once again. And they see their team leading by a score of 1-0.
Now Haskins will carry in for Saginaw to Aslan. Got to be quick here. 10 seconds to go. It's played back, and maybe Windsor can make it quick the other way. Turkowitz, long shot. Missed along the right post side. Rebound will come to the side of the goal. Mitch Manuel tries the clearance, and it'll come up to Haskins, who will play the puck and kill the remainder of the time. So a steady period for Saginaw, but I think Windsor can't be too disappointed, Terry. They were outplayed, but still very much in this hockey game.
If you're the Spitfires, you'll take it. Only down by 1, being outshot 16-4 through 20 minutes of play, yet on the road, down 1-0. That's not a bad spot to be in right at this point in time if you are the Windsor Spitfires.
We'll have lots coming up. First intermission, we mentioned the banner reveal as well. We'll keep you up to date on here on the out-of-town scoreboard with, of course, a couple of division rivals in action tonight. The Sarnia Sting trailing by a point to the Saginaw Spirit for second place in the West Division. Sting have lost 6 straight in regulation. Plymouth Whalers mentioned at home against the Sioux Greyhounds, so it's all the West Division teams in action tonight. 1-0 Saginaw. Ryan McDonough's 26th in the 7th minute of the period gives the Spirit the edge, and as mentioned, they outshot Windsor by a tally of 16-4. Ryan Daniels and Angelage both playing well, and here's a look at the goal.
And it is Ryan McDonough who will eventually get the puck behind the net. You'll see the chance out in front, first of all, by the Spirit. Actually, this is the big save by Angelage. You'll see him reach out with that big paddle down, and it was very close to being the first goal for the Saginaw Spirit right there. They certainly thought they may have had that opportunity, but now there was the big save by Angelage, keeping it a 1-0 game. Without further ado, let's go back downstairs to Scott.
Hey, thanks, guys. We're here with Ryan O'Mara, and Ryan, congratulations on making the All-Star team.
Thanks a lot.
What does it mean to be playing here in your home building for that game coming up?
Oh, it's a privilege and an honor, and I'm really excited.
Hey, how about that gold medal you guys won?
Unbelievable. Just as good the second time around.
Okay, once again, Ryan O'Mara, and he'll be on the ice for the skills competition and the All-Star game coming up here next week right here at the Dow Event Center. Why don't you come on over here, Tomas Zaborski here. Don't be shy. I don't bite. Hey, you played in the World Championship, so what was that like?
It was good. I like it. It was fun. Just play for our country, you know. I like it.
Okay, and how about the team here? You guys have been playing some strong hockey this season.
Yes, I mean, it's our team will go to Memorial Cup because our team is best in all league. They're doing everything. We're going to go over there.
Congratulations. Thanks a lot. And finally coming up, Aaron. Okay, Tom Pyatt. And Tom, you got a banner dropped here in recognition of you guys' efforts at the World Championships about a month ago. What was it? Was that a lot of fun?
Well, it was definitely a great experience. It was just great to play with all those talented players, and I was just glad I could be a part of it for 2 years.
What's it like having the All-Star game in your barn this time?
Well, it's going to be nice. I don't have to travel this year, and it's going to be nice to have the home crowd here cheering us on, and I'm looking forward to it.
I don't know if you know it, but you're the captain of the All-Star team. How does that feel?
Ooh, I didn't even know that, so that's good to hear, and hopefully do well.
Okay, Captain. We'll talk to you. Okay, Jan Murzak here. Jan, you've had a fantastic first season here in Saginaw. What's it been?
Yeah, I'm very happy that I'm playing good so far, and I hope that season will end good too.
Hey, you had a chance to play in the World Championships as well. Of course, you didn't play with Team Canada, but it's a lot of fun in those competitions going against the best in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a big experience for me.
Hey, how about this Saginaw team? You guys have a great opportunity to go deep in the playoffs and all that. What's the focus on right now?
Yeah, I hope that we will win this game at first and then other games, and we will win the Memorial Cup too.
Okay, we'll finish off this game first. Once again, the Saginaw Spirit, the members of the several teams that went to the World Championships just about a month ago. Guys, back to you up in the booth.
Thanks very much. Not too many OHL teams with 4 participants, so makes for some lengthy conversation. Does look like speed dating there. Not that I would know what that's like. Hi, honey. Hi at home. But that was, you got to be boom, boom, boom. A lot of teams, you can just spend a lot of time with one guy.
Scott had the players right in and out. And the World Junior Hockey Championship, if you're not familiar, it's almost similar to maybe the World Championships in basketball, for example. But for Canadian hockey fans and certainly Michigan, Minnesota, some of the real hockey hotbeds in the United States, this is a huge tournament where some of the top players in the world take part in an under-20 championship. It's bigger in North American eyes, at least, than the World Championships, which take place in April, because that championship, Team USA and Team Canada are only players that have been eliminated from the National Hockey League playoffs. We see players go over there to former Red Wings captain Steve Yzerman has named the general manager for Team Canada for that coming up in April. But for a lot of fans, the World Juniors is the big time because it's over the holidays, so certainly people have time to check out some of the action on TV no matter where it is.
And of course we saw the United States team win the tournament in 2004, and you talk about the impact that the 1980 Miracle on Ice team had. I think we'll see the impact, not seeing it quite immediately, but a lot of young kids growing up watching their heroes, 17, 18, 19 years old, win that tournament for the United States over their arch rival Canada. That'll have an impact in minor hockey for years to come in the United States.
Michigan Wolverines goaltender Alvaro Montoya was the backstop of Team USA for that one. A high draft choice of the Minnesota Wild, now in the LA Kings organization. Patrick O'Sullivan, who played in the Ontario Hockey League for the Mississauga Ice Dogs, was credited with the game-winning goal as Pittsburgh's Marc-Andre Fleury, now with the Pittsburgh Penguins, shot the puck off of O'Sullivan into the net. So a big year certainly for Team USA, winning gold that year.
A 1-0 lead for the Saginaw Spirit. Ryan McDonough's 26th of the season. Let's head back to the studio after 20 in the books to Jason Fielder and Craig.
All right, thanks out there, guys. The radio guys doing a nice job on the TV. Of course, a lot of action in the first period, especially the first 10 minutes of the first period. Coming up after the break, we've got all of the must-see highlights.
Plus, we'll also have an official kickoff to this year's All-Star Game. See what has hundreds flocking to downtown Saginaw this weekend.
It is the end of the first period. The score is 1-0 Saginaw Spirit. You're watching Spirit Hockey live on TV5.
Welcome back. It's a battle over at the Dow Event Center. The Spirit and Spitfires taking on each other for the third time this season.
Yeah, we've got your Dow Chemical highlights right now. And you know, we see the puck drop right here by Kathy Russo from Covenant. The guys getting ready for this thing. 2 minutes in, though, Spirit already down a man, but they start a 2-on-1. Jack Combs gets it, and he gets stopped by Andrew Angelage. Later, though, the Spirit back to full strength. Tyler Haskins going to skate in against two guys. He beats them both, gets tripped, misses, but draws a penalty. So Saginaw now takes the man advantage. Can they do something with it? Well, here we go. This is about the best they could get going. Nigel Williams, the slap shot is stopped, so we stay at 0. 6 minutes in, Cody Bass slap shot. Andrew Clouchet, front stoned by Angelage, but 15 seconds later, Bass another rip. Ryan McDonough behind the goal, and he would hit it in off the goalie for his 26th goal of the season. It is 1-0 Spirit. 5.5 to play in the period. Race for the puck. Mitch Manuel with a huge rip right there. That is a check. Probably good candidate for the check of the night. They always show that later on out there at the Dow. Right now, after the first period, 1-0 Saginaw.
McDonough, a perfect example of being in the right time, right place, just hitting the rebound and getting it right in.
Yeah, working hard, and that's how the Spirit have gotten it done all season long, doing things like that to get goals.
Good. It would be good to see them go ahead 2-1 on these guys so far this year. So far they're tied 1 game apiece. Great game tonight. An exciting first period of play. Even more exciting things to come during this first intermission. As we go to break, we take you back inside the Dow Event Center, and when we come back, more on the OHL All-Star Game just 4 days away. How you can still get tickets and get to know the Spirit All-Stars who will be taking to the ice for the big game. Please stick around.
Watching Saginaw Spirit Hockey live on TV5.
Welcome back inside the studio. I'm Jason Fielder.
And I'm Craig McMorris. On Wednesday night, the best of the best will come to Saginaw for the OHL All-Star Hockey Game. It's the first time the game is being played on American soil.
Scott Johnson now with those who will be lacing up from the Saginaw Spirit.
The Saginaw Spirit will be well represented in the Ontario Hockey League All-Star Game. The trio players selected were not surprises. Tom Pyatt and Ryan O'Mara were members of Team Canada's gold medal-winning performance at the World Juniors earlier in the month. Meanwhile, Patrick O'Neill wears the captaincy for the Spirit and was selected as the league's Defenseman of the Month in December.
Having another great year offensively and defensively. And he's their top defenseman, and obviously he's one of the best D-men in the league.
Well, Pat McNeil's one of the elite defensemen in the league. He's definitely in the top 2, if not one of the best defensemen in the league in his own right.
Ryan O'Mara is a newcomer to the Spirit this season. He was picked up in a trade with Erie in November. Since coming over, he has helped beef up forward production with 11 points in 14 games.
He's been having a great season. He played in the World Junior Championships, and he's just an all-around great player.
He's obviously a skilled player, and he's done very well for us this year, and obviously he's just an easy pick for this All-Star team.
Tom Pyatt is simply enjoying his best season in Saginaw. Just over halfway through the schedule, he is red hot with 23 goals, 27 assists for 50 points, each number just short of career highs. He is also plus 22 when he's on the ice.
Tommy Pyatt's been great all year for us. Won a gold medal with Canada. He's, in my eyes, he's probably one of the best players in the league, if not the best.
Tommy Pyatt's probably the best two-way forward in the OHL today, and he had a great performance at the World Juniors, so I think they both bring a lot to the table.
All right, and on the other side of this quick timeout, Greg and Terry will take us back to the ice. You're watching Spirit Hockey live on TV5.
Welcome back to Saginaw. 1-0 lead for the Spirit. Terry, all 19 shots on net in front of the goalies saved. The one shot from behind the goal goes in. Ryan McDonough's 26th of the season.
Andrew Angelage was certainly very busy in that period, keeping the Windsor Spitfires to the point of being only down by 1 goal.
Patrick Aslan will flip it up ahead to Tyler Haskins as we're underway. A tip play in front. They score! Ryan Berard! Look what he found, and he's happy to find it. His 8th of the season, and a quick 15-second goal in. Saginaw up 2-0.
It's one of those cases, you go hard to the net, get your stick down, and good things can happen. And Ryan Berard doing just that, fighting off the check out in front. He didn't know he deflected into the net, but Ryan Berard picking up a big goal. He'll turn 20 in a couple months, but right now the important number for him is 2-0 in favor of the Spirit.
And of course, Berard acquired last season just before the trade deadline for defenseman Stephen Whiteley, wearing the alternate logo, or alternate A on the captaincy front, behind, of course, Patrick McNeil, and along with Tom Pyatt and Patrick Aslan. Haskins will get an assist on this goal, his 45th of the year. He leads the Spirit with assists. No other Saginaw player closer than 40, where Jan Mursak is. Patrick Aslan gets the helper as well, 15 seconds in. Spitfires will try and move the puck up the right wing side now, down 2-0. Played up ahead, Mickey Reno. Drop past Ryan Baldwin. A wrist shot tied up by Chris Breen. Breen will bounce it up the boards, right wing side. Baldwin dumps it right back to Breen. Breen pinned in tight there by Reno. He'll try and move it up the right wing side for Saginaw. Chip to Mursak. Good keep in there by Adam Nemes. Reno tries to get loose, turned over. Mursak, watch him fly, watch him accelerate. Trying to beat Scott Todd. He drags it past him. Chance in front. Good save by Angelage, who was nearly, the momentum of Mursak's shot nearly knocked him over the goal line, and it would have counted whether he had possession of the puck or not. And Mursak may have eyed how deep he was in that goal crease when he took the shot.
And that was very close. You'll see Mursak will move it on the right wing. Angelage will start to back out into the net. Mursak knows that. He's trying to pick the short side, and Angelage just keeps the puck in front of the goal line.
And Angelage must wonder who's got the voodoo doll of me in the red and blue jersey. He gets a bit of a fluke goal by McDonough, scored on him, and then Berard, literally with his back to the net, Terry, tips it in past him, and he's made every save, like I said, that's been a real legitimate scoring chance on goal.
It's the strange ones that go in. Just go to the front of the net, put the puck on goal, and good things are happening for the Spirit in that department. The regular shots are not going in.
Merrick Bureau will carry in to Saginaw territory. But a stoppage here after a hand pass, so a minute 34 in. Spirit with a 2-goal lead. The two Ryans, well, 2 of 4 Ryans at least. McDonough's 26th, Berard's 8th.
Bob Mancini, you saw him pacing the bench a moment ago. He's still not satisfied with the way his club has played right now, from the standpoint that it has taken some fluky goals to go in.
Nigel Williams will push it up ahead, just on side. He got there. Late call, really late call by Jared Hoffmeyer, who missed a couple last night. And I'm not sure he got that one right either.
Bob Bugner, on the other hand, I'm sure can't be too disappointed with the way his team has played so far this season, and certainly a sold-out crowd watching this game. If you want to get in on Saginaw Spirit, the hockey school, or tickets, check out 989-497-SPIRIT.
And I don't know if they have late Sunday night, Monday night sessions, Terry, but you and I are both on skates for the All-Star Skills Competition Tuesday night, so if Spirit Hockey School doesn't mind going the 7-Eleven route and opening 24 hours a day, I'm in.
Do they have training wheels for skates? Because I think I need that as a bit of a refresher.
That would be even more slippery. It's like John Travolta, the Saturday Night Live sketch with Wayne Gretzky, came in after Gretzky's Kings lost in the first time they ever made the playoffs, and Travolta said, "Why don't you wear cleats? Cleats so we won't slip as much." It's the worst John Travolta you'll ever hear, but he said it. Dana Carvey doing John Travolta.
I was going to say, was that John Travolta?
Greg Brady terribly doing Dana Carvey, adequately doing John Travolta. It's not a good mix. Puck comes in tight on Angelage. He'll cover up in front. And again, the Spitfires not with a shot. You mentioned Bugner not necessarily being disappointed, but I'll tell you what, Windsor at home this year, bit surprising, Terry, a worse team at home where they've actually enjoyed a very good home advantage because of the way that building's set up, the ravenous of the fans. They've only won 5 games at home this year out of 24. They're almost 500 on the road at 9-12.
5-17, 1-1 at the 80-year-old Windsor Arena this season compared to 9-12 on the road. They just keep it simple and maybe not worried about impressing the home fans when they're on the road.
Thomas Craig tried to double back, lost the puck there to win, puts the body bump on him. Craig's a second-round pick out of St. Louis, Missouri. 2 St. Louis residents on this team, Jack Combs and Thomas Craig. And I curse them really every day for being Cardinals fans. They had a fun October with the Cardinals, of course, beating the Tigers in 5 games in the World Series. And they didn't hide their pleasure, which bothered me. Now a chance to push it in front. Joshua Bailey lost the handle on it. Spitfires puck in their own zone. Now played by Bailey. Nice touch pass there on the stick of Keaton Turkowitz. Turkowitz will carry in. Shot up high. Handcuff Daniels. Rebound cleared away by the defenseman Mitch Manuel. And Daniels lost the goal mask in the process. And the OHL rule is play stops instantly when that indeed happens, just for the safety of the netminder. Good spot by Sean Davis, the referee, to notice that Daniels' mask was popped off.
For a moment, it looked like play was going to continue on.
Well,
the
he
funny
took it
thing
off.
is, Daniels knocked it off himself. It was a high shot, a little awkward spot, and Davis did not see it come off at first. The play was about to continue on, and he turned around and thought, wait a minute, something here does not look right. And Ryan Daniels, we saw knocking it off himself because I think it had been knocked out of position a little bit. Daniels gets the whistle, does some adjustments. The mask is in place. Get the glove back on. We see some hockey players, especially in the National Hockey League and in the OHL, that glove does not come off over the course of the game. But right now, let's go downstairs and check in with Scott.
Hey, thanks, guys. We're here with Jim Van Tippelen. He's from Citizens Bank, and you guys are really big into a lot of events in Saginaw. Why is that?
Well, we've been in Saginaw since 1871, and this is our hometown, and it's where we make our living. So we're trying to make sure that we participate in as many quality of life things as we can, and certainly this one is one of the biggest ones going right now.
Yes, you have your name stamped on this event coming through this weekend and all that, and this is a good thing for the community, isn't it?
Absolutely is. When you think about the first time that this All-Star game has been played outside of Canada, and here it is right here in Saginaw, Michigan. It says a lot about this community. It says a lot about the Garber organization and the spirit.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it. We'll send it back to you guys up in the booth.
And, hey, Jim, bring better karma next interview. But Windsor gets a quick goal. Brad Stetzinger puts it in on the rebound, his 15th of the season. Terry, 2 cracks at it. Daniels made the first 2 saves, and I think the Spirit defense a bit negligent not clearing the puck here.
A huge save by Daniels right here coming across, but you're right, Chris Breen not tying up his man, going down low as Stetzinger was able to get that second opportunity, and I'm sure when they look at the video afterwards, Daniels and Bob Mancini will say, Chris Breen, you have to tie up the man. You can't allow him to have 2 good chances like that. Daniels bailed him out on the first one, but could not do anything about the second.
Crawford to Williams off the draw. Spitfires back in this, just their 5th and 6th shots of the hockey game, and Stetzinger puts it in. He came over for the Mississauga Ice Dogs, renowned as a bit of a sniper, and certainly Windsor not disappointed in the production he's been providing, and he's one of the guys that probably back as an overager next year, and he might be a leader of a young improving team, Terry.
I would think he would, and then he's scored right now his 15th goal of the season. Greenup and Parlett getting the assists.
So the Spirit can't be taking too much for granted here. Spits have always played them hard, even though Saginaw's won 4 straight in this building. They're well aware that the Windsor Arena, speaking of voodoo, has certainly had lots for Saginaw with 6 straight losses there. Mursak in the slot, shot by Crawford. Telegraphed it a little bit. It deflected off the defenseman. Win for the Spitfires. Now Mursak thrown to the ice. Good hit there by Keith Wynn. Got to be hard-nosed if you want to play the Bob Bugner style on the blue line, and Wynn is that. Now great takeaway there. Richard Greenup lost the puck, played it in front after he got it back to Adam Henrique. Back the other way, Pyatt will transition. Flips it up ahead to O'Mara. Into Pyatt. Pyatt on the backhand. Threaded it through to the slot. O'Mara will hustle hard there. Play it all alone to Chris Chappell. Chappell, quick shot off the goalpost. Save made, still loose. Spitz flip it out to safety. Chappell clanged iron behind Engelage. Engelage had it actually, fortunately, bounced back off the inside of the pad and not back towards the goal, but rather back to the corner. 2-1 Saginaw, 20 shots to 7, and a penalty coming here. to the Windsor Spitfire, to the Saginaw Spirit, to Ryan McDonough. Here's that shot from Chappell that nearly made it 3-1.
Chappell just playing it off the iron. It went beyond the glove of Angelage, and he was very lucky it did not go back off him and back over the goal line. But he was able to make the save, and then it came back out, and the Spitfires able to clear. And now it will be the Spirit taking a penalty. Ryan McDonough in the box, putting the Spitfires on the power play.
Tripping was the call. Spitfires power play, 0 for 1 on the evening. But a chance to equalize right here, and Mickey Reno out there to attempt to do it. Up front with the rookie Nemes, and as well Chris Udis. Kicked in by Kandari at the left point. Down deep to Reno. Manu knocks it away from him. Lost an edge. Spitfires get it back. Breen tries to hold his man in, but the puck gets free away from Breen's control. Now Kandari goes cross ice to Josh Bailey. Bailey, a pass deflects off Manu's stick. Haskins tries to move it up the left wing wall there. He's tied up. Spitfires regain. Now Aslan drags it away. Here's Haskins, and Aslan skating out. Spitfires double back in nice fashion. Chip toward the net. Spirit will at least earn a face-off down deep with the glove hand of Andrew Angelage covering up the puck.
That's what you want to have happen if you're shorthanded, if you can go to the net and not do anything too risky that you can put yourself at risk of having an odd man rush the other way. Force the goaltender of the team on the power play to hold on. You gain that 200 feet of ice with a face-off in the Spitfire zone.
Spits win the face-off, minute 10 to go, man advantage. We're 6 minutes in, second period. Big crew here, Greg Brady, Terry Doyle up here, Scott Johnson down below. And of course, Jason Fielder, Craig McMorris. We'll see and hear from them again. Second intermission coming up with lots more talk about the All-Star game and what's in the immediate future for this Saginaw club. Ryan Berard will chip it in to Windsor territory. By the way, out-of-town scores of note that certainly affect the Spirit. The Plymouth Whalers doing their usual business. That's winning. They lead the Sioux Greyhounds 2-0 in Plymouth. Meantime, Sarnia at home against Ottawa. Stingers have been doing anything but winning lately. Tied with Ottawa, no score after the first. Merrick Biro works the puck. A man advantage for Windsor. Comes down low to Stetzinger. He's the Spitfire goal scorer. Put in a rebound, his own as a matter of fact, his 15th of the season after a 20-goal season last year. Now Wynn puts it down deep to Hendrick. Spirit playing a bit of a diamond with Pyatt up high. Combs, Bass, and Nigel Williams down deep. Chance from the side of the goal. Daniels covers up after making the initial stop on a quick wrister from Keaton Turkowitz. 5 seconds left in the McDonough penalty. And Terry, the Spitfire defense, has to be aware here that McDonough might sneak out of the penalty box.
But before that, a nice chance by the Spitfires. Stetzinger, who has the goal, doing some work down low, will get it out right at the bottom of the circle. Turkowitz moving in. The quick shot came through as Williams was standing there, and Turkowitz was able to get it off, but Daniels grabbed it and held on.
Mitch Manuel flips it around the wall. McDonough out of the box, and this is exactly what the Spitfires feared. He'll head over. Head off for a line change as Mirsak kills some time to allow Pyatt to hop on. Mirsak cuts around behind the goal. Left point, Crawford. Crawford sets up Mitch Manuel. Struggle to find control. Now O'Mara flips it to the net. It'll come back to the slot to Ryan O'Mara on the backhand. It bounced over his stick. He'll reset things top of the circle. He cuts all the way back to the point. A give to Crawford. Quick wrist shot. Rebound chance. And Pyatt nearly dragged it from forehand to backhand and put it in. Mirsak lost the handle on it. Stetzinger breaks out. 4 Spitfires. Spirit are caught. Turkowitz onside for Stetzinger. Stetzinger trying to move it to Hendrick. Spirit will break back the other way. Fire wagon hockey here. Mirsak with 3 teammates. Down the right wing side. Pass in front to Pyatt. And he lost the handle on it. Mirsak's pass, usually a thing of beauty with its accuracy, stuck to Pyatt's skates a little bit. And Tom Pyatt couldn't find the handle on it, icing the call. Lots of end-to-end action. Spirit with a 2-1 lead will break and come back. You're watching Saginaw Spirit Hockey on TV5.
A great chance by the Spirit moving in, looking for their 3rd goal of the hockey game. You'll see Crawford get the shot off. It gets all the way through to Angelage. A rebound right in front of the net. Pyatt trying to bury it, just lost the handle out in front.
Good coverage by Blake Parlett, the rookie defenseman, in front to prevent it. Spitfires with Wellwood out there now. First we've seen of him, Eric Wellwood, the rookie, of course. Close relation to Kyle Wellwood, who was a star in this league with the Windsor Spitfires, and of course up with the Toronto Maple Leafs, although a hernia injury is going to leave him out for some time with the Maple Leafs.
Kyle Wellwood, who spent time with the Belleville Bulls and the Windsor Spitfires, the older brother of Eric Wellwood, was also a star at the World Junior Hockey Championships in his day.
Nigel Williams took a long shot that deflected up high. Wellwood still holds the record for most points in a period against the Spirit. 2 goals, 3 assists in the third period. Scott's downstairs.
Hey guys, we're here with Jim Grove of Meyer, and whenever you see the word Saginaw Spirit, you see Meyer right behind it. Why is that?
Because we're a partnership with the Saginaw Spirits. We feel that the Meyer fans and the Meyer customers are the same person, and it's a good community project, and Meyer's all about being part of the community, just like the Spirits are. We want to put back in to the community so that our fans and their customers and everything else can have a great time here in Saginaw.
All right, that's Jim Grove from Meyer. Guys, back to you.
Thanks for that, Scott. 11:10 to go. Middle frame here, second period. Chris Breen tries to move the puck on the boards against Wellwood. Wellwood exhibiting some speed, gets out to the slot area, covered up by Ryan Daniels. Finish that thought on Wellwood. 2 goals, 3 assists in a 6-3 victory. The problem is the 2 goals, 3 assists all in the same period. He had 1 point, held the record for most points in a game against the Spirit. Corey Perry's got that now with a goal and 7 assists. Don't forget, playoff tickets around the corner, Terry. Mid-March, the time for the OHL to come together and experience some great playoff hockey.
Well, first round exit by the Spirit last year, but they expect to go a lot deeper. 989-497 Spirit, the place to get tickets for what the Spirit hope will be a long playoff run, potentially to the Memorial Cup in Vancouver.
And of course, if the playoffs were to start today, Spirit hold down the 4 seed, a point ahead of 5th seeded Sarnia, which would be quite an intriguing battle in that first round. Spitfires flip the puck at the side of the goal, covered up by Ryan Daniels. Now, all you got to do is win your division, and you'll get one of the top 2 seeds. So even if, say, London Kitchener on the other side finish first, second, the Rangers would be the 3 seed, and whoever wins the West Division would be the second.
But in the postseason, you need to clear the front of the net a little bit better than this. Renault is right in there along with Nemus getting second opportunities. Daniels finally able to grab it and cover it up. But indeed, when you get to the playoffs, you have to be tougher in front of the net. Players still learning, though, with the new standard enforcement, just like the NHLs we talked about earlier, what they can and cannot do if you're a defenseman without being called for a penalty.
Late change here for Saginaw. Have they gotten a little casual, a little cavalier in this hockey? And we saw them take absolutely nothing for granted last night at home against Oshawa. I'm not sure that same mentality is existing just over the last few minutes here.
And you have to remember this Windsor Spitfires club, they're not going to quit because their coaches will remind them they definitely can't quit. They don't have the skill to mail it in.
Ryan Baldwin turns it over. Andrew Kluche, who was robbed by Hendrick in the first period on the best scoring chance before McDonough got the goal going. And the scoring started for Saginaw. Now Baldwin hammers Jack Combs from behind. Combs will go. It's a bit of a retaliation play. Combs gave Baldwin a bit of a stick to the ankles. And Baldwin, the retaliator, always ends up paying, and he will sit. Actually got him up high with the gloves after Combs with a bit of a slash to Baldwin. Numerical counterparts there. Saginaw power play.
They're both going actually at the last minute. Very late call. They've decided to send Combs after all. They weren't calling the initial one on Combs. Then after the retaliation, they decided, all right, we'll take both 21s.
So blackjack. Nobody minds back-to-back blackjack, but both 21s in the box. 4-on-4 hockey now. Aslan with open ice up ahead to Haskins. Haskins, a nice cut and drag there. He'll play it out of the corner after Biro stayed with him. Haskins cuts to the slot. Nigel Williams will come in there as a pass option. Now a chance. Haskins hammered the man down. Win in front. Ended up on top of Engelage. Tries to get out of the crease area. Engelage trips him up as Haskins slow to get back up the other way. Now Adam Henrique will come in with Stetzinger. Spits down 2-1, trying to threaten and tie things up. They've lost 9 of their last 10 hockey games. Pass up ahead, down ice. Haskins won't get there before it crosses the end line, and will draw it up back in Saginaw territory when we return. 9:37 to go. Second period. Spirit got the first 2. Windsor's bounced back with a goal of their own. It's a 1-goal hockey game. You're watching Spirit Hockey on TV5.
In the eyes of Andrew Engelage, one too many bodies in the crease. 14 Haskins of the Spirit getting tied up with the Windsor goaltender. And finally play continued on, but Haskins trying to bury a goal, then trying to get out of there.
Still 4-on-4 for another minute and 5. Greg Brady, Terry Doyle up here. High above the action at the Dow Events Center. Mursak, nice lead for Mitch Manuel. Manuel tried to feed it to Pyatt in the slot, back the other way. It'll bounce up high and knocked down by a Windsor player. That's Greg Nemes, who tried to hit Mickey Reno. It did stay onside. Reno lost the puck, though, to the rookie Crawford. Now Manu, chance to flip it up. This will be interesting. Mursak, one-on-one. A lot of room down the right wing side. Fakes the wrist shot. In front, they score! Perfect passing play. Mursak moves it across to Tommy Pyatt. Pyatt did miss his 24th of the season.
Good job by Pyatt getting ahead of his check and getting himself in a good position to accept that pass. Kandari was coming back as it was a one-on-one battle between Mirzak and Parlet. Then Kandari trying to take Pyatt. Pyatt got a step on him, got himself in a good position to accept that pass. And Tom Pyatt makes no mistake for the Spirit. He will get number 24 on the season, and Saginaw gets a big goal to reestablish their 2-goal lead.
Yeah, able to breathe a bit easier there, and that's the precise passing play. That's worked so well between Pyatt and Mirzak. They pretty much share the benefits of a great partnership since being put together early in the season. They've had many other third units on their forward side, but Pyatt and Mirzak have pretty much been inseparable as a scoring entity for this club. Of course, it's Ryan O'Mara out there now with McDonough, Bass, and Nigel Williams, as that was a 4-on-4 goal. 10 seconds left in the penalties to the number 21s, Combs, and as well Ryan Baldwin. Flipped behind the net by Cody Bass. McDonough got hauled down, wanted a call, he won't get it. Good hit by Nigel Williams, puck will stay in. Williams tried to backhand it, turned it over. Josh Bailey back the other way. 2 Spitfires collide. Out of the boxes, Baldwin. Baldwin had a range around Bass and ended up getting run into the side of the goal. Cody Bass, I think, lost a bit of positioning there on Baldwin, so had no choice but to play it safe and make sure the net came off the moorings.
Both goaltenders now receiving a little bit of traffic. We saw Angelage a moment ago, and now it's Baldwin going hard to the net. And Cody Bass says, I will take you right into the net as well. Watch the goalpost on the left side of your screen. It will be the recipient of a little bit of traffic there. Bass, who has been playing defense because of the Spirit being shorthanded, with McNeil and Hotham being out of action. If you want to bring your group to a Saginaw Spirit game, there's the number on your screen, or check out the Spirit website, saginawspirit.com.
Also pretty unique, that overhead shot of the Saginaw net shows no water bottle for Ryan Daniels. And if I guess he's a little different than you and I, where we constantly need our fluids replenished. And I'm going to guess Daniels is burning a few more calories than we're doing up here.
You would think.
We're actually trying to go the other way and gain calories. So if anyone's interested in, sending over food, that's fine with us. Zaborski, Chappell, work out of the corner against a duo for Windsor, Merrick Biro and Adam Henrique. Comes to the slot, back to the point. Now Chris Breen, long slap shot, missed the net, side of the goal, poked at by Chappell, still loose. Berard whacks away at it there, and a Saginaw player ended up in the net, and Windsor will go short-handed on this. Now, I don't know if Sean Davis, the referee, down deep behind the net, lost sight of the puck or not, but he blew the whistle awfully late, which allowed Saginaw, Terry, to keep poking at it. Now, the Spitfire players thinking the Spirit forwards are taking liberties. A whistle never went. They've got every right to keep poking until they hear it.
Chappell right there. He'll reach underneath, but the whistle had not gone. Whether or not Davis thought he saw it, and then watch at the last minute, we saw a Spirit player being dumped into the net. Angelage will have the puck come back right there. It's underneath him now.
Blow the whistle, and the whistle should have came a few seconds earlier.
And Zaborski eventually will be dumped into the net by Greenup. Zaborski's right there, was just knocked down. Greenup taking an unnecessary penalty. He's a player that's used to playing with his gloves off, but this time an infraction with the gloves and stick in his hands, and he will sit 2 minutes or less. The Spirit go back on the power play.
But correct me if I'm wrong, that probably is a play that doesn't make either coach particularly happy, because if you're Windsor, you say, well, we're shorthanded because it was a late whistle, and if you're Saginaw, you say, the late whistle may have got us a power play, but it could have got one of our players pretty hurt.
Absolutely, the whistle should have gone.
Now Zaborski plays the point to Haskins. Thomas Zaborski, long shot, up high, missed. Aslan, play it to Ryan McDonough. It's been McDonough, Berard, and Pyatt the goals for the Saginaw Spirit. Bradley Stetzinger has counted for Windsor. Now Nigel Williams at center after a Windsor clearance. Off a skate, Mickey Reno controls there, lost the handle on it, and going down there, John Kurtz, a rare shift for him. He lost the handle on the skates, and he'll head off for a change. Spirit puck, center ice. McDonough flips it up ahead. Haskins tries to beat Kandari to the puck. It gets through Aslan's skates. Long shot by Zaborski, and tight hit Aslan, and just drifted wide of the right post. Now Nigel Williams lost the handle on it. Here's Reno off to the races. Can Zaborski catch him? Reno, breakaway, hooked, and the save made by Daniels. Reno touches up the puck. Zaborski gave a bit of a half-hearted hook, but he's going to get called for it. Wynn will move it.
Are we going to center ice? We'll find out in a moment.
Wynn will move it to Biro. He just wants to ice the puck, let the Spirit touch it up. Daniels indeed will. Joe Park makes the call. The Spitfires had a shorthanded breakaway attempt here, And now the shorthanded situation over with the hook on Zaborski.
Mickey Renaud moving in, and then just that little tug right there. And Joe Park had a long time to think about whether that was 2 minutes for hooking or a penalty shot. You see the indication from the veteran OHL official. Joe Park says it is a hooking minor, so we'll play 4-on-4 for the next 44 seconds, and then it will be the Spitfires going on their 4th power play of this game.
And crowd didn't like it, but obvious penalty, Terry. Zaborski would look like he wasn't given the full effort if he doesn't stick the stick out, but he knows once he does that, he's going to get called.
And that sometimes happens when you have a forward playing on the point. If the play goes back the other way after Williams was not able to keep it in the right point, you have a forward coming back, sometimes not exactly sure what he wants to do, and more often than not will take a penalty.
So a 3-1 lead for Saginaw. Stetzinger had cut it to 2-1 earlier in the period before pretty passing play saw Mursak set up Tom Pyatt for his 24th of the season. Spirit lead back to 2. Both teams have split the 2 games so far between them this season. Spirit got their first win of the year against Windsor back in this building. Windsor hasn't been here since September 29th. It was warmer then. O'Mara will move it out. Tries to play it in the zone. Nevis breaks back the other way for the Spits. Crawford poked it away from him. Adam Nevis threads it through to Marcus Bailey, or Josh Bailey, excuse me. Bailey plays it off the side of the goal. Here's Pyatt, a chance to break out, and he will. Pyatt to O'Mara, 2-on-2. O'Mara over the blue line, top of the circle, whips it around behind the goal. Pyatt won't get there first. He took the long way around the net. Never takes Supertramp's advice, and now Bailey into the Saginaw zone. Onto the stick of Parlett. Parlett on the near circle, as you see. Puts it on the stick of Keaton Turkowitz. Back to Parlett as the Spitfires now on the power play, but an abbreviated one at that. 54 seconds in. Daniels lost sight of the puck. Pyatt will clear it off the doorstep. It comes to Cody Bass, and an astute play by Bass. He moves it out over the Spitfires' blue line. Windsor keeps coming. Bailey up ahead to Hendrick. Lost control of it to Mitch Manuel. And Nick Crawford splits the defense. It's okay if you throw it up the middle, Terry, as long as you get it about 15 feet in the air. Now a turnover by the netminder Angelage, and Mursak controls. Trying to play it back towards the slot, poked away, but he certainly killed some valuable time. Just 22 seconds and counting in the Spitfires power play. Now Mark Kandari. He'll carry in over the blue line of Saginaw. Finds it Stetzinger in the slot. Watch the wrister. He scores. Spirit had Stetzinger come right off the bench unmarked, but you can't mark all 5 skaters if you've only got 4 out there. And Stetzinger, his second of the period, a power play goal.
Stetzinger from the right wing face-off circle going blocker side on Ryan Daniels. Daniels, as soon as the goal went in, had that little bit of emotion like he'd like to have that one back. Stetzinger scores his second goal of the evening, 16th on this Ontario Hockey League season. And the Spitfires are back to within 1 on that power play goal.
4:27 left. The goal comes at 15:33. So Pyatt's goal at 11:02 gave the Spirit the 2-goal lead. Stetzinger, he's anti-2-goal lead. I don't think there's any other way to put it. I think he's made himself very clear on this political issue.
Windsor goal scored by
now Wellwood will try and carry it into Saginaw territory. McDonough flips it to the corner. Helper goes to Kandari on the goal. Chris Chappell digs it out against the far wall behind the goal to Ryan McDonough. McDonough can work some magic sometimes with that puck, not on that case there, although Chappell, his line mate, regains it. Now Scott Todd will play it out up ahead as Windsor carries in. Kevin Hughes tries to lob it towards the net. Mickey Renaud will chase it down in the corner, turns it over to Nigel Williams. Williams turns it over to Eric Wellwood. Wellwood turns it over to Nick Crawford. Hot potato, anyone? McDonough has the puck get past him. No icing called. The linesman rules Keith Wynn could have played the puck. Now Wellwood flips it up ahead off Renault's skate over Manu's stick. And Mitch Manu last man back for the Spirit. 3:30 to go in the period. Saginaw with a 3-2 lead. Haskins ties up Kurtz. Puck back in Windsor territory now. Up ahead, Bailey, nice backhand pass and a kick forward off the boot by Kurtz. Blocker saved Daniels. He came out to challenge. Josh Bailey thought about the point, couldn't get it there in time. The Spirit move it out. Windsor will lob it in again. Daniels plays it now to Manu in the corner. Manu will flip it up ahead, way too far for Aslan. Icing will be the call. 2:58 to go. Spits are keeping it close, 3-2. Score for the Spirit. You're watching Saginaw Spirit Hockey on TV5. 3-2 lead Spirit. Second period, we've got 2:58 left. Draws to the right of Ryan Daniels. Josh Bailey lost it there to Tom Pyatt. Pyatt tried to flip it up the wall, but Windsor keeps it in. Kurtz, Turkowitz, Bailey, the forward unit for Windsor. Up against the star-studded unit of Pyatt, O'Mara, Mirsak. Good feed by Mirsak, tape to tape to Ryan O'Mara. Long slap shot, missed on the left post side. Around the boards, Breen tries to keep possession, turns it right over to Windsor. Scott Todd plays it up ahead to his teammate Keaton Turkowitz. Turkowitz lost the handle on it, lost the balance as well. Mirsak finds open ice, flips it up ahead to Tommy Pyatt. Pyatt carries in, 2:20 to go. Nice drop pass, Mirsak cuts to the slot. Ends up hitting a skate on that shot attempt. Now Kurtz knocks down Mirsak, and a Windsor penalty was already called on Turkowitz. Let's head downstairs where Scott is. 3-2 Saginaw, 2:17 left, second period.
Hey, thanks, guys. We're with Penny Bailey of the Saginaw County Convention and Visitors Bureau. And Penny, it's great to have the All-Star game coming into town.
Absolutely. We are so excited about this day finally being here. We've been working so hard, it seems like for ages, in getting ready for the All-Star game and all the activities that are involved. And we are so proud of our Saginaw Spirit team, our players, our fans, the coaches, the administration. It's just been awesome.
Okay, guys, back up to you.
Thanks very much, Penny. And every single volunteer, paid employee, unpaid employee has done a tremendous job so far. Zaborski tried to do a tremendous job on that shot attempt. Now Nigel Williams, boy, did he ever catch Adam Henrique up high with a fist to the face. And that was a dangerous play. And Nigel Williams, I don't think meant to catch him with such malice and aggression, but an obvious penalty called by Joe Park. And now the Spirit again cancel out their own power play, Terry, and that's something that has to frustrate a head coach. 21 seconds into the man advantage, you take a needless penalty to even it up 4-on-4.
They checked Henrique. It will be 2 minutes for the high stick. You'll see the chance by the Spirit right there as they were moving in, but a shot just wide on the glove side of Angelage. And the Spitfires looking to see the condition of their teammate, Adam Henrique, but he will skate over to the bench, but we will play 4-on-4. That power play only lasting 21 seconds.
Second penalty of the night for Nigel Williams. Don't forget, coming up, the Saginaw County Visitors and Convention Bureau's game preview. Still heading your way. Second period highlights, of course. We'll talk about the 5th season of the Saginaw Spirit, how it's impacted mid-Michigan and beyond, with the world of junior hockey coming to see Saginaw this Tuesday and Wednesday night, and an ice side interview with the man behind the new Great Lakes Loons, brand new baseball team. It's going to play this summer in, of course, A-League baseball coming to the Saginaw Midland Bay City area. A lot of folks excited about that, and a beautiful field they're going to play on as well. We'll hear about that second intermission. 4-on-4 hockey for the third time tonight. Josh Bailey takes the puck for Windsor, flips it in to Spirit territory. Bailey hit there by Crawford. Tries to get loose, has Stetzinger in front. Stetzinger wouldn't mind if some of the visiting Spitfire fans threw a hat on the ice as he tries to tie this game up. Minute 15 to go. He's got the 2 goals already. That's what I was hinting at. Mitch Manuel now for Saginaw, his former teammate, to Crawford. Turned over, quick shot by Bailey. Rebound chance, there's Stetzinger. Dangerous as always on the backhand. Stetzinger wedged into the corner by Crawford. He gave the puck up, now he tries to get it back. Merrick Bureau, long point shot. Deflects off the stick of Bailey. Last minute of play in the period. Sent around the boards, not out. Stetzinger keeps it in. And he scores just inside the left post. Give us your hats. 3-3 hockey game. And Ryan Daniels has no answer for Stetzinger so far in this second period. 3-3 the score.
Brad Stetzinger has been on fire in this game. All 3 Windsor goals, 2 of them coming from that spot right there. Blocker side, low. Stetzinger, goal number 2, and goal number 3 in the hockey game from the exact same spot. We give Stetzinger now on the season 17 times he has lit the lamp. And the Windsor Spitfires come back to tie this hockey game 3-3.
29 goals last year for the Windsor Spitfires in 60 games. He was a decent performer in the playoffs as well in that 7-game first-round loss to Plymouth with 2 goals, 3 assists. And a 4-on-4 goal. And the Spirit thinking about the power play that was where they were attempting to go up 2 goals. Now an even strength goal. A lot of turnovers, though. You know, maybe not the best of goals for Ryan Daniels to give up, but he didn't turn the puck over the 3 times previous to that, did he?
No, and it's a goal scorer's goal. Low blocker side.
Now a chance for Cody Bass. 30 seconds to go. Quick wrist shot off a skate. Spirit try and find it. O'Mara cruises in. He'll control the puck. Made a nice play. He whacks it in! What a great play by Ryan O'Mara. He followed up his own rebound, knocked it out of midair, and sent it home to give the Spirit the lead back less than a minute after they relinquished it. 15th of the year, 7th since coming to Saginaw.
Another big 4-on-4 goal. The Stetzinger goal came 4-on-4, as does the tally by O'Meara. Going to the front of the net, Haskins creating some traffic out in front of Angel H as well, and O'Meara knocks it in out of the air. And the Spirit go back in front, 4-3. The back and forth action continues here at the Dow Event Center.
And listen, Mr. Monopoly, that was a get-out-of-jail-free card right there, wasn't it? That place, known as the Spirit dressing room, was not going to be a pleasant place to be. It still may not, but at least this gives the Spirit a one-goal lead to play with, likely going into the dressing room. But, boy, Windsor plucky as always through 39 and a half minutes.
Well, Bob Mancini and the rest of the coaching staff would say, you're letting these guys hang around, and they still might say that going to the room, but up 4-3 is a little better than being tied.
Now Stetzinger brings it into the zone. I'm not much of a coach, but keep an eye on it. He's hot. Spits try and play it back to the point. Win goes cross ice, 6 seconds to go. Quick low shot by Turkowitz, and Daniels back in his crease deep. Still made the save. Time will expire, but a late penalty, and it's going to be on Mitch Manuel for a hit on Stetzinger, and this might end up being more than 2 minutes. A check to the head on Stetzinger, and he is in some pain right by the gate, in which the Spitfire players will file off into the dressing room. So they will begin with a brief 4-second two-man advantage. The only issue, Terry, is if this is only a 2-minute penalty or not.
I would think it will be 2 minutes for boarding. Tyler Haskins is waiting for an explanation from Joe Park as the two teams will head to the dressing room after 40 minutes of play. The Windsor Spitfires hanging around all the way through this hockey game, and only down by a goal going into the third.
Yeah, Spits have to like where they are, and same two teams meet tomorrow in Windsor. 2 o'clock start for that contest, and it is a 2-minute penalty to Mitch Manuel. But the Spirit cannot be pleased with the lackadaisical approach in their own end, and really not a lot of killer instinct. They're the more talented hockey team, but I'm not sure they're the team that's been pushing the hardest through 40 minutes so far.
It is the Spitfires, certainly a hard-working club. That's how they get things done. And in a moment, we'll go downstairs to Scott, who will have a member of the Windsor Spitfires with him, and they can talk about that hard-working Windsor Spitfires club that does get things done when they work hard and have the bounces go their way. And that's the way the Spitfires play, as they're a young, developing team over the course of this 2006-2007 Ontario Hockey League season. And right now, as we mentioned, let's go downstairs to Scott with the all-star member of the Spitfires.
Hey, thanks, guys. We're here with Mickey Renaud. And Mickey, first of all, that last goal, kind of a tough one for you guys at the end of the period after tying it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we can't let that happen. Gives them a little momentum going into the third period. So we're going to have to come out, extra hard to kind of match their intensity.
So you're going to be the all-star for the Windsor team here. Kind of a nice honor.
Yeah, it is. I'm just going to look to play well there and, represent Windsor well, and should be a fun time.
You like playing in this building?
Yeah, it's a very nice building, big ice. It's fun. It's a lot better than Windsor Arena, I think.
All right, good luck to you. Okay, once again, Mickey Renaud. We'll send it back to you guys up in the studio.
Thanks very much, Scott. So we've got ourselves a close contest. Not sure the Spirit wanted this way. Certainly was with Oshawa last night. They kept pulling ahead. The Generals kept catching up. But I think the Spirit do feel they are the more talented team. But again, goes back to the old cliche. It's why you play the games. They're not played on paper. Spitfires do deserve to be in this hockey game right now, and they've got every chance to come out in the third period with this power play and tie it up.
A very strong road game for the Windsor Spitfires so far, hanging around. And when you go into the third period with a full power play, a two-man advantage for the opening faceoff, that's only 4 seconds. With the Spirit, if you believe the numbers, it was a big key getting that late goal. They're 23-0 this season when they lead after 2 periods of play.
But I'll tell you what, great hockey players like Ryan O'Meara, that's the kind of play, that goal, we'll see it in the highlights in the second intermission. That's the kind of play that makes a scout leap out of his seat and say, we got to have that kid. And that's exactly what the New York Islanders did when they drafted him 15th overall. That was a first-round pick, NHL goal. Not just the move itself, but to follow up the instinct and bat it out of midair and put it in.
It's not only having the skill, it's having the hockey sense and the hard work to be willing to pay that price in front of the net. Because anytime you go to the front of the net, you may end up on your backside a moment or two later. But Ryan O'Meara and Tyler Haskins were right there. 2 veterans for the Spirit combining on that goal.
Now Stetzinger at 3 goals for the Windsor Spitfires. I'm sure people know the Samson Delilah story. I don't have a pair of clippers in the car, but I think Saginaw might be considering shaving the mullet off and deciding, hey, we got nothing to lose. We're not stopping them on the score sheet right now.
Well, it is a case. If it's working, you just keep it up. And for Bradley Stetzinger, he's put together a pretty decent Ontario Hockey League career after starting with the Mississauga Ice Dogs, now with the Spitfires, and with 3 goals over the course of this hockey game. He'd like to see if he can add to that in the third.
So somehow the haircut's working. I don't know how, but the snapshot is as well. 3 goals for Stetzinger. Headed to the break. Spitfires coming back on the power play. Down 4-3. Spirit want to hold on with their second straight. Headed to Windsor tomorrow. A lot to come. Second intermission, of course, comes your way next. You're watching Spirit Hockey on TV5. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Greg and Terry. Boy, I tell you, it's very unusual to see a player get a hat trick, but 3 goals in 1 period. Unbelievable. The folks there, the sellout crowd, they're getting their money's worth tonight.
Yeah, that rarely happens. And what a period he had. Usually you get a goal or even 2. You kind of focus your attention on stopping that guy. Funny, the mullet references, it makes you think of Joe Dirt or somebody like that. You know,
It's working for him.
But I think Joe Dirt can't play hockey like Mr.
Like
Stetzinger. Coming up after this quick timeout, we got all your must-see highlights of the second period of action. Lots of goals. And Craig.
Plus, we're talking about the Saginaw Spirit All-Star Ice Fest. Everything you need to know just ahead.
It's the end of the second period. The score, Spirit 4, Spitfires 3. You're watching Saginaw Spirit Hockey live on TV5.
You're watching Saginaw Spirit Hockey live on TV5.
Welcome back. It's Fire on Ice over at the Dow Event Center tonight. Let me tell you, it's been a tight contest. Going back and forth, 4-3 right now for the Saginaw Spirit.
Yeah, a second period just full of goals. We've got your Dow Chemical highlights right now. We picked this up just 15 seconds in. Slow-mo replay to appreciate this. Ryan Berard going to tip this one in to make it 2-0 Saginaw Spirit. A minute later, Jan Mersak, he's going to skate in. He's going to have a little bit of a help right there, but he would take it himself and miss. So Spitfire keep it at 2-0, and that's huge because now Windsor on the attack. Brad Stetzinger, the first goal of the period for him, makes it 2-1 now, Saginaw, but she's not worried. Should we be? Well, wait and find out. Ryan O'Mara now out in front to Chris Chappelle. All alone, it hits the post, and the goalie there for Windsor finds it. They clear it, the puck, so it's still 2-1 now. Later, Mersak on the attack. Kind of looks like the same play as before. This time he finds Tom Pyatt. Great move by Mersak. Pyatt scores. It's 3-1 Spirit. Now 4.5 to play in the second. Windsor on the power play. It's Stetzinger all alone. He beats Ryan Daniels. He would add another goal to tie it up at 3 before the end of the second period. Ryan O'Mara would score a goal, and that's probably a huge goal for Saginaw. I think, at least as we look at the game as a whole, because just as Windsor steals the momentum back from Saginaw, Saginaw takes it right back. So Saginaw leads it right now 4-3 after 2 periods.
Definitely an intense period of play. The action doesn't stop there, though. We still have much more ahead in this second intermission.
Yeah, fun on the ice isn't just inside of the Dow Event Center. Come along to see what is happening right now. Downtown Saginaw, it's an all-star hockey event for an all-star community. And don't forget, you will see Wednesday's all-star hockey game on just one station. Starts at 7 p.m. on My 5. We will be right back. Welcome back. You know, the second period, really, you might as well call it the Brad Stetzinger period. A hat trick in the second period. It's now 4-3 Spirit.
I think the Spirit are outplaying Windsor when you get right down to it, but Stetzinger is just keeping Windsor right in the game. And you know, the Spirit Ice Fest is bringing a lot of folks to downtown Saginaw. Not only is it good fun for local families, a lot of folks enjoying that, it's also great for the community. Mike Terry has more on that.
With more and more fans and attention, the Saginaw Spirit have been a big reason for more people heading to the downtown Saginaw area, a plus for local businesses.
It has helped tremendously. So, yeah, if it were for the Spirit or the Dow Event Center, it would be difficult down here.
The Savoy Bar and Grill has seen the benefits on game nights, and it's easy to find their team's spirit. But they hope the OHL All-Star Classic will bring more people, and they say they're ready.
We're prepared for it. We're hoping everybody comes down.
And I think, you know, the Spirit is the first step, but you've also got the Temple Theater here. You've got the beautiful restaurants down here with the French Quarters and the Savoy and, you know, Wally's Sandwich Shop. All of this has kind of contributed to this.
The Temple Theater is on board as well, showing the movie Miracle, the story of the 1980 gold medal winning USA hockey team and Dr. Zhivago.
We're really looking forward to hosting people from out of the area, as well as people from Saginaw County and Bay County and Midland.
Down the road, the Children's Zoo at Celebration Square, normally closed this time of year, will hold indoor and outdoor events.
So this is a great opportunity for families to come out and have winter fun at the zoo. We've got all sorts of activities planned, indoor and outdoor, and snowman making, igloo making out of milk jugs. And
back at the Dow Event Center, home of the Saginaw Spirit and the 2007 All-Star Classic, they are excited to show off everything the area has to offer.
It's vital. It shows the cohesiveness of our community, as well as the ability to pull these larger events off. They are assets of the community that we can show off.
The Dow and Saginaw will be in the international spotlight next week, as the big game will be broadcast, of course, here and in Canada. In Saginaw, Mike Terry reporting.
We'll get you back to the action on the ice in just a minute.
On the other side of the break, the start of the third period of play, also the Delta star players of the game.
Greg and Terry, pick up your coverage when we come right back. You're watching Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 5.
You're watching Saginaw Spirit Hockey, live on TV5.
The Dow Event Center, the Saginaw Spirit, a 4-3 lead over the Windsor Spitfires. Spitfires do have a man advantage coming up. Greg Brady, Terry Doyle back here, start of the third period. I think maybe some unsatisfied customers, the head coaches. Bob Bugner, no time for moral victories. It's too late in the season for that. He needs his team to play better, take advantage of this power play. They gave up also a goal after tying the hockey game. That was a huge boost, as we see right here, the goal by Ryan O'Mara. And that was earlier in the hockey game. But obviously, Saginaw has to be a bit concerned about a bit of lackadaisical play in their own end. They should be leading this game, they feel, by more than a goal right now.
We saw the Spirit with their chances, then back the other way, the Windsor Spitfires have gotten their opportunities, and some hard work there by the Spitfires paying off. Brad Stetzinger with all 3 goals for the Windsor Spitfires in this hockey game. Give him 17 now on the season. He hails from just east of Toronto, a Toronto suburb, and Brad Stetzinger, there you see Ajax, Ontario, his hometown. He'll turn 20 on April 8th. And having a big game here, keeping the Windsor Spitfires, along with their goaltender, Andrew Angelage, keeping them in this hockey game, and the Spirit just allowing the Spitfires to hang around, and a lot of times we see it in hockey, a team that's lower in the standings on the road, you let them hang around long enough, and eventually they may come back and bite you.
Well, it could be a big momentum boost with the penalty kill to begin. Again, 4 seconds left in the minor to Nigel Williams. He'll hop out of the box and help kill the remaining 1:56 in the Mitch Manuel penalty. But just 3 skaters out there for Saginaw to begin, with Cody Bass, Tyler Haskins, and Patrick Aslan. So I don't even sense any irony that the hat trick scored by maybe the player on the ice who would be most needing a hat. With that. All right, I'll leave.
Another hair crack.
I love the Stetzinger kid. Good kid in Mississauga. Good kid here. It's all in good fun. It's all in good hair. Puck back into Saginaw territory. Cody Bass sends it out and down the ice. Nigel Williams is free at last out of the box. 5-on-4 for the Windsor Spitfires now. Can they make something of it? Kandari flips back into his own zone. He'll play it right wing side off the boot of Adam Henrique. Up to Keaton Turkowitz. Turkowitz played from the corner off the stick of Stetzinger, and a chance for Crawford to clear. Crawford will chip it off the high glass, and he gets it out and down the ice. Aslan hustling hard. Patrick Aslan, the Peterborough native, part of that great class that brought Patrick Aslan, Tom Pyatt, and Patrick McNeil here, that the Spirit drafted after their first season, in which they did finish 20th out of 20 teams. Now Stetzinger has it hop over his stick. Spirit will get a chance to clear. Mursak on his own will take a run at it anyway and had it poked away by Kandari. Pyatt picks up the loose puck, however, made a nice cut. Boy, was that ever a move. He's grabbed that, wrist shot in the midsection of Angelage, and he'll hold on for a save. Just a little poke of the stick at Pyatt from behind by Adam Henrique. Not enough to draw the penalty.
It was half a poke and half a tackle as Pyatt, a great little move at center ice, reversing his field, and then you'll see right there, that is normally a penalty in the Ontario Hockey League, but tonight Joe Park and Sean Davis said play on.
Keaton Turkowitz with just a bit of a tug there, and it slowed up Pyatt enough. He still got a good wrist shot away. Saginaw goal scorers in this hockey game. O'Mara with the most recent one, of course, for the Saginaw Spirit earlier in the hockey game. Numbers 27, 28, and 29. Pyatt, Berard, and McDonough in reverse order. McDonough started things off at 6:22 of the first. It's been all Stetzinger goals for Windsor. Now 30 seconds to go in the Mitch Manuel penalty. Up ahead to Chris Udis. Lost the control of the puck there. Breen tied him up, let the puck go, however, and here's Nemes into the zone for Windsor. It's fine if you got the man tied up and make sure he's still the guy with the puck. Now Crawford will try and poke it up the left wing side, and Jan Mursak. Tenacious on the penalty kill on this shift. Got a hit up high from him by Mickey Reno. Good clean hit from our second intermission guest who was downstairs with Scott. Now Crawford killing some time, and Manu out of the box. Spirit needed that penalty kill. We'll see if they continue with the momentum that brings. Mickey Reno carries in over the blue line. Tees one up off the stick of Cody Bass. Bass trips him up. He'll send it around the right wing wall for Ryan McDonough. McDonough has Ryan O'Mara up ahead. Nice drop pass there. McDonough overskated. Berard has got to hustle to the bench. Real confusion there by Berard and Chappell. Berard's got to skate harder to that bench, and Chappell's got to wait till he gets on. Real miscommunication there. It nearly cost the Spirit.
But a smart play by Chappell to recognize that with the puck sitting there. You want to normally take that puck, but he just held on.
And you can forgive Berard to some extent because I don't think he thought the play was headed back his way, but when in doubt, just get off the ice if you see your man coming on. Good play by the steady former Belleville Bull by Berard to eventually speed things up and head off. Now Chappell, right wing side. Tomas Zaborski, the Rangers draft pick, into the zone. Low shot, missed wide on the right post side. Spitfires try to control this puck and bring out. Ryan Baldwin chipped it just enough off the ankle of McDonough. Now it's turned over. Zaborski steals again to Chappell. Chappell, low wrist shot. Toe save by Angelage on the left side. Spitfires will bring it out. Stetzinger, long pass. Too far is that for Greenup. Greenup and Manu tied up. Both bodies go into the glass. Now Stetzinger a steal, tried to play it to the slot, and Manu pushed it back toward the point. It'll bounce back to Harry Young, a big shot. Daniels just saw it in time and deflected it off the back wall. One of his better saves of the night. That was a long, accurate shot as icing called here by Ryan Daniels. 16:26 to go in the third. And we'll send it down to Scott.
Okay, thanks, guys. We're here with Brad Golder. He's the play-by-play voice and media director for the Great Lake Loons. And here's your first taste of the Tri-City sports area. What do you think?
I kind of like it. This is my first time seeing real hockey. You know, I'm from the South. I've been to Atlanta Thrashers games. I've been to Nashville Predators games. But, you know, this is real hockey with real fans. So this is kind of the first time I've actually gotten to be at a real hockey game. So I'm liking it. These guys like their sports here.
You were at the Dow Event Center. Of course, the Dow Diamond is progressing along. It's a great stadium, isn't it?
Unbelievable. I've gotten a chance to tour it twice now, and this is going to be one of the premier facilities in minor league baseball. I encourage everyone who comes out to Saginaw Spirit games and who enjoys sporting events in the mid-Michigan area to come out, because this is going to be a state-of-the-art ballpark. It's going to be family entertainment for everybody. It's going to be just a wonderful environment for people to come out and watch a minor league baseball game.
Thanks, Brad. Back to you guys up in the booth.
Thanks very much, and we wish Brad the best of luck. The Loons are going to be a very interesting project. Lance Parrish, the former Tiger, is the manager of that club. And Brad, of course, the play-by-play voice, media relations director of the Great Lakes Loons. He will not be anytime soon the play-by-play voice of the Atlanta Thrashers or Nashville Predators. Spirit bring the puck in. Cody Bass to Aslan. That's where he wanted to go with it behind the net, tied up. And Adam Henrique back the other way. 4-3 Saginaw. And we get a face-off in neutral territory after the icing by the Spitfires. Spits have gotten a bit closer on the shot board, haven't they? 26-20. It was 16-4 at one point, but that's kind of indicative of how the Spitfires have really played the Spirit even up since that juncture early in the second period, Terry.
And Windsor just staying with the Spirit step for step. The Spirit have just been able to take advantage of a few breaks over the course of the hockey game because some of the good quality chances have been stopped by Angelage.
Todd to Wynn. Wynn will play it up the right wing side. O'Mara tries to force the turnover. Spits have some step to their jump and jump to their step. Turned over in neutral ice, though. Breen will play it in. Just got to center before he dumped it in, so no icing. Nursak pins in Scott Todd. Todd will move it up the right wing side. Todd up ahead to Hughes. And Hughes lost the handle on the puck. Mursak tries to steal from, speaking of the Nashville Predators, a draft pick, Scott Todd. Shot off the crossbar from the point by Mitch Manuel. As Joe Park quickly waves it off. Now it's sent back out and down the ice. Manu will control there. We've played 5:25 in the third. Spirit holding on to a one-goal lead. Pyatt, a nifty move at the blue line. Low shot toward the net. Toe save again by Angelage. Sticking out that left toe and making the stop. Now dumped in by the Saginaw Spirit. No icing. They ruled the Spits defense could have played it. Up ahead, Keaton Turkowitz will control. Turkowitz, nice drag away from Nick Crawford. Regains the puck after he had it poked loose. Hanging around, kind of cherry picking. John Kurtz got it in front to Turkowitz. Now sent back up the boards, and here comes Kluche along with Craig. Andrew Kluche down the left wing side. Tried to play it to Craig. It deflects off of Jack Combs up high. Kurtz back the other way. 2-on-2 Windsor. Turkowitz with Parlett. Low shot. Deflects off Parlett. He just chipped it wide of the right post. Now turned over by Bass in his own zone. Nick Crawford will pick up the slack and send it up the left wing wall. Takes another weird bounce off the glass. Boy, they've got to fix these bounces in this building before playoff time. There have been some really awkward ones, like I said, not just tonight, but the last several nights. And you know they will. They're quality people here at the Dow Event Center for that.
Unless the home team figures it out and takes an advantage of it. Sort of like a ballpark with the unique bounces.
I think it's a little like the warning Crash Davis gave the hitter after Nucleluche hit the Masco, though. I don't know where it's going. I mean, I really don't. And I don't think the Spirit do either half the time. Spits are going to be guilty of icing here. 13-16 left. Will break. Spirit up 4-3 over the Windsor Spitfires. You're watching Saginaw Spirit Hockey on TV5. A goalie does not like the sweet smell of napalm in the morning, but he loathes the sweet ping of the crossbar goalpost. Usually means something good's happening behind him. Mitch Manuel hitting the crossbar, as you see right there, and Andrew Engelage saying thank you, crossbar. Spirit still with a 1-goal edge, almost 7 minutes in to period 3. Chris Chappell tries to play it over the red line. It comes back in the Spirit zone to Chris Breen. Now MacArthur, he'll fire it up high into the unprotected, if you will, area, not by netting, and fans had to be wary there. Puck will come right back to neutral ice. Out of town real quick, Plymouth Whalers over the Sioux Greyhounds, 6-0 Sarnia, and Ottawa tied 1-1. Saginaw Spirit store is open for your merchandising needs, 5789 State Street, or call 989-497-SPIRIT for more details. And judging by the crowd in here, Terry, hugely popular, the Spirit third jersey. When they went to the red base as opposed to the blue, they sold loads of them, and that's clearly, I think, the most popular jersey in this building, although an awful lot of the whites and blues as well, but I don't think anything matches that red third jersey they wear at home in the first half of the season.
The red has gone over very well in sports over the last few years. We've seen the Atlanta Braves go to a red. The Houston Astros have a reddish jersey as well that has become very popular in the stores, and the Saginaw Spirit, their merchandise has become very popular all across North America.
So you're saying it makes everybody except Bulls angry?
Yes.
Bulls get kind of angry about it, but not people. They like red.
The people are happy. The Bulls are not.
Yeah.
The OHL team, the Belleville Bulls, they don't like it either.
Well, I mean, it's a no-win. It's a no-win situation for the Bull, is it? I mean, even winning the Bull fight isn't going to get him very far out of the arena, is it? Nick Crawford, the puck in his own zone. I mean, what do you do, stall? That's all you can do. Windsor puck in their own zone. Wynn will play it left wing side. Good pass to Harry Young, who had a crossbar hit of his own earlier in the hockey game. Patrick Aslan back the other way for Saginaw. Tries a long pass intended for Berard. It deflects off a Windsor player, so no icing. Just over 12 minutes to go in regulation. Spitfires breakout. Stetzinger clearly an offside play with Greg Nemes more than at least a step and a half over the line. 4-3 Saginaw. Scott downstairs again.
Okay, guys, thanks a lot. We're here with Andy Colores, a state rep from this area here. Hey, you've seen the growth of this team over the years, and it's just phenomenal.
I'm proud to have this franchise in my district. I brag about it a lot in Lansing. Of course, everybody sees it now with Stephen Colbert on Comedy Central. I get teased a lot in Lansing, but it's a very positive thing for this community. It actually happens that this franchise came to Saginaw. The year it came coincides with the year I started on the city council. And there's just been a tremendous amount of momentum behind this franchise. I know that they're looking at the Memorial Cup in a few years. That would be fantastic. I can't wait to be here for the All-Star game this week.
That's big for this area, too.
It's a tremendous economic boost, and we are hurting for good news in this community, and the Saginaw Spirit is one of the few things that everyone can point to and say it's been nothing but positive. We've had no major incidents downtown here at this facility. Since the Spirit's been here, it's been a safe place, a great place to bring your family.
Okay, Andy, thanks a lot. Okay, guys, back to you.
Spirit happy to hear it, and they'll be on the power play. 4-3 they lead. Richard Greenup will sit, got the elbow up a bit high on Mitch Manuel. A Saginaw power play. We also saw a good scoring chance down deep from Tom Pyatt trying to make it 5-3 Saginaw.
The only time it's not a safe place around here is when Richard Greenup is on the ice, a guy who can certainly play a physical game, and this time going off for elbowing, but the Spirit coming oh so close to getting their 5th goal of the night.
Now Mitch Manuel plays it to Berard. Berard didn't get back onside in time. And again, miscommunication. I think we saw the Spirit a lot crisper in their game last night, Terry. I think tonight, the simple things, avoiding offsides, getting to the bench on time, quick, fast, precise passes has been more of a struggle.
And these are things that certainly frustrate a coach, and they don't have much time to turn around. Tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock, these two teams will play on the other side of the Ambassador Bridge in Windsor.
Mitch Manuel now to Ryan McDonough. McDonough looks for open ice. Still some time on this power play, quite obviously, with 1:34 and ticking to go. Manuel, after a Windsor clearance, knocks it down. Zaborski will play it back to Mitch Manuel. Aslan hustled back on side. Good work there. But Manuel lost the handle on the puck. Aslan gets a fortunate bounce off the boot, keeps it in. To McDonough, to Manuel. Slap shot. Good save. Kick out by Angelage to the corner. Stetzinger, chance to clear it out. If you're just joining us, Stetzinger, all 3 goals for the Windsor Spitfires in this hockey game, and he scored them all in the second period. He's the only Spitfire player with more than 1 point in the hockey game. Spirit's Tyler Haskins has 2 points for Saginaw. Otherwise, same can be said. Now a chance here for Reno. Cuts in tight. Good play by Cody Bass to avoid a penalty, and a good save by Daniels to kick it up high off the glass. Reno ran out of room a little bit in that context, Terry. I think another step or two, and he might have been able to make a more precise move to the net.
And Bass recognizing that Reno was running out of room, that's why he forced him in there, and just a case exactly. If he had a little bit more room, might have been able to create something. He'll try again here.
And he overstepped the puck, lost the handle on it, and Haskins knocked it away from him with some help down deep from Ryan O'Mara. And the Spirit just having it not break their way in terms of bounces on this man advantage. Just 20 seconds left on it. Mursak tried to carry in. Now it's turned over. Keaton Turkowitz going to skate out. Cody Bass tries to cut the angle down. Turkowitz tried to slip around the back pass in front. They shoot and score. A shorthanded goal for Windsor, and it's off the stick of Keith Wynn. And we have a tie hockey game, his 4th of the season.
Keith Wynn, who hails from near Ottawa, Ontario, able to walk right in. As you mentioned, shorthanded, going high blocker this time. It was low blocker for 2 of the Stetzinger goals. High blocker, another tough spot for a goaltender to make the stop. Win, you could say, scoring a goal scorer's goal, which is a compliment to a defenseman walking in. And Win, the veteran, makes it 4-4.
Well, I think a lot of Spirit fans like the idea of a sloppy Joe. They do not like the idea of sloppy hockey, and that's what the Spirit have really played here for the better part of 25 minutes now. Yes, there have been fine individual efforts, but they have not been precise, not been crisp against this Windsor squad that's lost 9 of their last 10. Tie game, 9:15 to go in regulation. And Terry, quite obviously for folks not aware, overtime, of course, looms. This cannot end in a tie. They'll play 5 minutes of 4-on-4 hockey. Then it'll be decided by a shootout with 3 skaters going per team, 3 shooters, before it goes to sudden death. Now chipped up ahead for Combs. He'll move it past Greenup. Kandari for Windsor controls, plays it to Scott Todd into Saginaw territory. Mitch Manu tries to move it away off the stick of Henrique. Adam Henrique tied up by Manu. Gets some help from Greenup. Greenup deflects it off the goal stick. Chance in front, they shoot. Daniels goes down, it went wide of him. But he left a lot of room exposed there on a quick shot from Stetzinger. Stetzinger will control. Lobs one toward the net again. Manu will send it out and down the ice. And the Spirit, they're just hanging on, Terry. They need the bell.
This is a time where Bob Mancini may even want to consider using his timeout. He may get a break coming up here in a moment at the next whistle. And the Spirit coach, I'm sure, may have a few words for his players.
Windsor's certainly the aggressor here, and it's not just attitude, it's execution as well. Combs finally gets a respite, flips it out. Aslan will give chase. In on the Czech defender, Marek Biro. Biro tied up by Aslan, sent back out down the ice by the Spitfires. Not far enough for icing. Cody Bass will hunt it down. See Baldwin with it now, crosses center. Haskins tries to take him off the puck. Dumped down behind the Saginaw net, played up ahead. 2 Spirit players come out. Berard, Haskins, good job staying on side. Berard takes a wrist shot, but right into the defenseman, Keith Wynn. Now a chance for Reno. He tries to beat Bass. He's hooked down. I think he embellished it to try and draw a penalty, but it's not going to be bought. That time by Joe Park. And the puck down in the corner. 4-4 hockey game, deadlock, 7.5 minutes to go. Third period, you're watching Saginaw Spirit hockey on TV5. See Mickey Reno tripped up there. Last chance to get it towards the net, and he ran out of room but tripped up as well. Spitfire bench wanted a penalty. They didn't get one. Now the puck knocked down with a high stick by Saginaw in neutral ice with 7:20 to go in the third. We'll draw it up to the right, or rather the left of Ryan Daniels. 30-23, the shots on net for the Saginaw Spirit. Bailey and Pyatt on the draw. Manu plays it up the boards, turns it right over to Bailey. Manu right back to Bailey again. Windsor puck along the wall. Josh Bailey, a move to Keaton Turkowitz. He's tied up. Mursak tries to move it up the left wing side. Kurtz for Windsor plays it back to neutral ice. The man who tied this game up with a pretty play, Keith Wynn, shorthanded. Spitfires have a power play goal, a shorthanded goal, and now delayed penalty coming against the Saginaw Spirit. Daniels will hold the puck on the one bounce in, and Windsor now off to the power play with 6:47 left. (30-23) shots on net for the Spirit, but real dicey situation here in a 4-4 hockey game, hooking the call. And it's Mitch Manuel, second time in the box for him.
Second off penalty to number 5, Mitch Manuel, 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty.
Now Kandari, high shot. That goes wide on the left post side. Stetzinger picks up the rebound. Back to the point. Bailey, he tees it up. Daniels, the save made, hopped in the air and had it stuck in between the two goal pads. Just 14 seconds gone, but already the Spits look like the faster, more aggressive team. Draws now to the left of Daniels. Hendrick will go up against Tom Pyatt. Hendrick will play it there to Stetzinger. Sent out and down the ice by Pyatt. Played by Angelage. He'll drop back behind the net and a leave for the rookie defenseman, Mark Kandari. Kandari, a highly sought-after prospect as a 15-year-old, and Windsor landed him. Happy to do so. 29th overall in the second round. Now Josh Bailey tries to play it against the boards. 4-4 the score. Windsor's never led in this hockey game. Spirit have had a variety of leads of the 1 and 2 goal variety, but now the tie hockey game and the momentum certainly favoring Windsor. Played by Bass, out of the zone, now to Mursak. Mursak in neutral ice, bothered by Turkowitz. He's tripped up. No call will come, sent back out and down by Christopher Breen. 55 seconds left of the Manu penalty, 5:40 and counting to go in regulation time. Now Josh Bailey will dump it into Saginaw territory. Kandari tries to move the puck in front there. Hughes, stick lifted by O'Mara. O'Mara will send it out and down to safety. The Slovakian defenseman Marek Biro will start one last rush perhaps. 30 seconds to go, man advantage with 5:14 and ticking. Up to Nemes. Nemes crosses the blue line, flips it in. Hughes and Breen in a race for it there. Breen tries to control the puck along the wall, turns it over. Windsor keeps the puck in, back to Wynn. Long shot, blocked off the stick of Berard. He's poked at there as Breen tries to push the puck away from Hughes, and Hughes was hammering away at Berard with the lumber, trying to work the puck free.
But a big kill for the Spirit there.
Penalty now over to Manu. Long shot, Biro. Save made Daniels as he closed the 5-hole down. And some pushing and scuffling and shoving in front. Tie hockey game, 4-4, 4:42 left in regulation. The Spitfires causing the Spirit some headaches and tummy aches. Saginaw and Windsor, the finish to come. You're watching Saginaw Spirit Hockey on TV5.
The OHL All-Star Game coming up Wednesday night. You'll be able to see it on My5, the only home in Michigan to see the stars of the Ontario Hockey League strut their stuff here at the Dow Event Center.
Tyler Haskins gets the puck out and down the ice, all to play for in a melting pot of a hockey game. A 4-4 score. Two teams will meet tomorrow in Windsor with a 2 o'clock start. Spitfires haven't won here in their last 4 tries in this building. Saginaw has had similar missteps in Windsor. Spitfires may be trying to change that, and a hooking call is coming here. Spitfires touch up the puck, And boy, is that an awfully soft call from Sean Davis. And I don't blame Windsor for being a bit upset here. And the Spitfires will go shorthanded with 4:12 left. Let's head down to Scott.
Thanks, guys. We're here with Ian Ellis of the Ontario Hockey League. And Ian, first of all, why was it important for the league to bring the All-Star game across the border here on American soil?
Well, the city of Saginaw has just supported OHL hockey since the inception of the Spirit. Obviously, it's an all-star community and very great fans as we can hear right now. So it's really just important to bring these type of games to great cities like this.
And you love the skills competition.
Skills competition is insanely exciting. It's something that I would encourage anybody to come out to. You know, the game is great, but the skills competition is where you really get to see some of the creativity and the true skill of some of these players and watch them just kind of in unstructured environment. And it's really great and it's really exciting.
Ian Ellis wants to get to the Ontario Hockey League, guys. We'll send it back to you up in the booth.
Ian, of course, former game day director for the Saginaw Spirit, did a great job while he was here, and he is still missed. Cody Bass tries to put it towards the net. Sent out and down by Adam Henrique, and Ryan Daniels will slow it up. Pretty critical power play, but again, I think the Spitfires have a little bit of a complaint given some of the stuff that was let go. It was a pretty chintzy hooking call with 4.5 minutes left of a tie hockey game.
We've seen a lot worse go uncalled in this game, but the Spirit will say thank you very much.
Yeah, they score. Tom Pyatt, side of the right post. And boy, again, much as the scoring started with a loose puck in the side of the goal, poked in by Tommy Pyatt, and the captain of the Western Conference gets the second goal of the hockey game and makes it a 5-4 lead. And Pyatt hits magic number 25 of the season.
Andrew Angele should not know where the puck went. Tom Pyatt, coming out from behind the net, knew exactly where it was, and he was able to chip it in. A little 6-inch goal, but they all count. The Spirit go back in front, 5-4, 3:21 remaining in this game.
And the Spirit are going to have to match Windsor's intensity here, because I think the Spitfires have it all on their mind that they're going to be a little bit hard done by, Terry, with their effort at the very least, if they go home without a point in this hockey game.
That's exactly it. I'm sure right now the Spitfires would love to come out of this building with 1 point. They'll try for 2 after that.
Aslan forced a turnover off Scott Todd's stick down deep, and it's the Saginaw team hitting, crashing, banging now with a 5-4 lead. Just over 3 minutes to go in regulation. Now Haskins in the slot, low shot, save made by Angelage. The helpers go to Ryan O'Mara and Cody Bass, the two newcomers that bring an awful lot of grit, substance, and experience to this Saginaw club.
And we saw Ryan Berard a moment ago, a guy who I'm sure will look to take care of his own end right now in the last couple minutes of this hockey game, but Tyler Haskins coming very close to reestablishing the 2-goal lead.
Now around the boards, Windsor's got to move it out before they can think about scoring. Spirit have the forecheck down deep in the Windsor territory. Good keep in by Breen. Real nice job by Chris Breen with a long reach of that stick, and it was just enough to keep it into the blue line. Turnover now, Breen gloves it down. Looked like it was offside. They rule it was not. His feet were back on the opposite side of the blue line. Now Mursak controls for Saginaw. In the slot, Tom Pyatt. He's looking for a hat trick himself, tied up by the hat trick score for Windsor Stetzinger. Spirit have to get back and back check. Here comes Windsor. 2:20 to go. Stetzinger on the backhand. It goes off Mursak's boot. Pyatt transition back the other way. 2-on-2. In with Ryan O'Mara. Across the blue line. Lost an edge. And now Windsor breaks back the other way. And it's Hughes who control there. Kevin Hughes into the zone. A keep in. Crawford doesn't play it out. Now it's up ahead to Mursak. He looks for open ice. Josh Bailey tries to keep up with him, and Mursak plays it conservatively and smartly, I should add, dumping it into Windsor territory. Now the Spits get it out and down the ice, and errant pass. Cody Bass will give chase, and well, you never question Cody Bass's effort, do you, Terry? But he didn't want to catch up to that loose puck with an icing coming back and a face-off in Windsor territory with 1:49 left.
We take a look at what's coming up for the Saginaw Spirit. Of course, the big game tomorrow in Windsor, the back end of the home and home set. The OHL All-Star Classic Wednesday night. You'll see it on My 5. And then next weekend up in Sault Ste. Marie, then taking on the Erie Otters on home ice. A busy time right now for the Saginaw Spirit.
We'll keep eyes on Andrew Angelage, who may leave the crease area for a 6th attacker for the Windsor Spitfires. But again, the Spirit forecheck since that Pyatt go-ahead goal has been outstanding. Now Berard lobs it off the back skate of Aslan. Kandari controls. Long pass does connect with Bailey. He lost possession of it. Sent right back out by Cody Bass, who's just been outstanding, filling in on defense with the 3 injured Saginaw defenders out of the lineup. Now Turkowitz, he'll carry in. Angelach races for the bench. Low shot. Daniels kicks it out with a left pad save. Merrick Biro, a keep in from the right point. Empty net at the other end for Saginaw to shoot at. But you got to be careful and make sure you cross center. Now Biro can't keep the puck in. Spits have to reset at center. Now Aslan, a steal. He's hammered down. Interference call coming against Kandari. And with 56.8 seconds left, the deck steepens against the Windsor Spitfires here, Terry. They may want to keep the goalie out, but they face a shorthanded scenario now the rest of regulation.
A turnover here. Aslan looks to take advantage. Kandari with no choice. He knows there's an empty net behind him. I think if he had have known that Biro was right behind him, he may not have done that, but that's a little bit of a rookie mistake. He panicked, and Kandari took down Aslan. A little interference there. Angelage will head back into the net with the face-off coming at the top of the circle inside the Windsor zone.
56.8 on the clock. Both teams have a timeout to use, but I don't think Windsor will consider it until they potentially get a draw down deep in Saginaw territory, and that's something the Spirit simply don't want. And the Spits trying to get a fifth skater out there, but they've got the goaltender in, so Turkowitz will head off. You probably will see him first man on, should they get Angelaj back onto the bench. Now Pyatt on the power play now for Saginaw. Flips it down to Ryan O'Mara. In the slot, Mursak shoots. Rebound chance. And it kicks off to Mursak again. Now moved out by Stetzinger. Now the Spitfires don't have to worry about icing. They can send it right down the ice with reckless abandon. They're shorthanded. Angelaj races off to the bench, so it's 5-on-5, but an empty net the other way. The Spirit do send it out. Is that far enough for icing? It indeed is. Boy, the puck took a bit of a Windsor roll there. I might have thought it was going to pull up shy of the end line, but now the Spitfires will get the draw in Saginaw territory. 27.4 seconds, and I'll be shocked if we don't see one of the coaches do take a timeout here.
If it is, it will be Windsor, and Brad Stetzinger is already standing at his bench, so I think the Spitfires will indeed call their timeout. We're just waiting for the indication. Keaton Turkowitz was finally making it to Joe Park, and Park sort of looked at him for a moment and finally said, all right, I guess I will give you the timeout.
The key is to take your time when taking a timeout, because then you get more timeout.
Now Bob Mancini sending his players around so they can all take a look at the whiteboard as Ian Herbers, the defensive coach for the Spirit, is indicating what he wants to see over the next few minutes. If you want to check out the Saginaw Spirit, there's the number, 989-497-SPIRIT. For Saginaw Spirit tickets, plenty of games remaining in the regular season. And of course, don't forget, postseason action coming ahead as well.
Yeah, mid-March is going to be an exciting time. And Terry, we talk about the Western Conference, how it's stacked up. Saginaw with a win in this hockey game will be one of 4 teams with 60 points. London, Kitchener, Plymouth, Saginaw, and I think people do look at those 4 teams and say all of them Memorial Cup worthy.
They all certainly are. The Western Conference and the Ontario Hockey League will be quite a battle in the playoffs. After round 1 is done, there will be at least one team disappointed because there are 5, 6, some would say even 7 teams that can compete for a championship.
So an empty net at the Windsor end. Pyatt and Reno off the face-off. 2 All-Stars there. The game, of course, Wednesday night. 7 o'clock on My 5. Spirit win the draw, get it out. Turkowitz to Stetzinger. Time of the essence here for Windsor. Adam Henrique on his side of center, that they can dump it in. Up ahead, Renault just staying on side. Now it goes to Adam Henrique. Henrique couldn't control the puck. Haskins wants to kill some time along the wall. Stetzinger got it loose. Off Pyatt's skate. Spitfires try and drag it to the slot, played off the side of the goal. Adam Henrique with a quick shot, 2 seconds to go. Saginaw will hold on and win this hockey game in regulation 5-4. But certainly something to play for the Windsor Spitfires tomorrow, as they'll have the home ice. And this one will sit bitterly with them, as it would have with Saginaw. Closely contested, very much toughly fought, but Saginaw ends up the victor in this game.
It's the Windsor Spitfires. Credit to them. It's a moral victory of sorts as they held on throughout the hockey game, but in the end, it's still 0 points in the record book. The Windsor Spitfires not able to pull it off. The Saginaw Spirit holding on for a 5-4 victory here tonight.
And it's just going to happen, I think, every good hockey team in the OHL, Terry, it's going to have nights like this where you don't play your best, but you've got to still win the hockey game, and Saginaw ended up doing that. We'll come back after this, post-game interviews, post-game reaction, and our thoughts as well. A 5-4 victory for the Spirit over the Windsor Spitfires. You're watching Saginaw Spirit Hockey on TV5. Welcome back, 5-4 win for the Saginaw Spirit. Let's head down. Scott Johnson is with a victorious head coach, general manager Bob Mancini.
Okay, guys, thanks a lot. We're here with Coach Mancini, and Coach, you come through in the clutch here in the last couple of minutes to pick up the win here.
Well, we had a lot of gritty performances at the end. Haskins, Aslan, Pyatt. I mean, too many to mention. Just kept it simple. We got the 1-goal lead. That's what we needed to do.
How about Pyatt? He gets 2 goals tonight, named captain of the All-Star team. I mean, what does this guy not do?
Well, he doesn't do nothing. What's the double negative there? He does everything for us, the winning goal there tonight. But you know what? Everybody sees that, but he does so much more. He might be the best defensive player in the entire league. And what's he got, 23, 24 goals. So
Interesting weekend for you. Had all the attention last night with the Oshawa game and, of course, the Colbert thing. And you had to keep the guys focused for tonight going against a team that was at the bottom of the standings. But you guys rose to the occasion here.
Yeah, I thought we did too. You know, this is a very good team. They're very talented. They play very hard. You know, it hurts us right now. We're only playing with, 3 regular defensemen, 4 regular defensemen, and a couple of forwards back there. But those guys stepped up and played very well. So we did what we had to do. It's a very important win. And you know what? I tell the guys all the time, when you win a game like this, it makes tomorrow's game that much more important.
What about tomorrow's game? What are you going to say to them before the game? Here you got 2 games win streak going into this thing. What about tomorrow's game plan?
We're going to have to be ready to win by 1 goal. If we can do that, we'll be in good shape.
Okay, Coach. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Okay, once again, Coach Mancini, we'll send it back up to you guys up in the booth.
Thanks very much, Scott, and of course, Coach Mancini. I don't think infinitely pleased with the victory, 5-4. You're always striving for something better tomorrow, and I think he knows the Windsor Spitfires have real motivation coming in tomorrow. Having said that, Terry, it's been 5 years for the Spirit. They missed the playoffs the first 3 seasons. I was thinking this is the final buzzer when I've seen Saginaw lose games like this 38 times, and it's nice for them that it's on the other end. Good to great teams, I think, win games like this. When you're not at your best, you still get the 2 points at the end of the night.
And that's exactly what does happen. We see that in any sport. The good teams win the games when you're not bringing your A game, and they just hold on for a win on home ice. But at the end of the day, it's still that 2 points. It's still 1 in the win column for the Spirit.
One thing they've done, though, however, the 2 World Junior players, Tom Pyatt and Ryan O'Mara, they need offensive production. They do so many of the little things that maybe even just the hockey purists, hockey elitists do notice, but they do need the offense. Tom Pyatt downstairs right now, a 2-goal night for him. He's downstairs with Scott as we speak.
Okay, guys, thanks, Tom. Tell me about that last goal. Right place at the right time, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes when you go to the net, you get awarded. So, you know, I just try to focus on going to the net a little more often, and, you know, good things happen.
It looked like they were kind of taking a play to you in the third period. You guys had to regroup there a little bit. It's nice to pull an effort like this out.
It was nice to get the win, but there was times where, you know, we gave them the game there and we slowed down a bit. But when we use our speed, you know, that's when we play best. And when we played best this game, it was using our speed.
Has it sunk in about the whole captainship with the All-Star team?
A little bit. I just found out today, so you know, it's a little surprise to me, but I'm pretty excited about it, and I'm looking forward to it.
What about tomorrow's game? This team came after you. Now they get you in your barn, or their barn. What about tomorrow?
Tomorrow's a huge game. You know, our history in Windsor is not the best. We haven't had many wins there, and they're a hard-working team. They're young and they work hard, and you know, we just got to pull a win tomorrow.
You win 2 games here in your barn. You go down there. If you lose that game, that'd be awfully disappointing going into the All-Star break.
Oh, we got to start winning some games here, and it'd be nice to sweep the weekend here and get things rolling again like we did, you know, back in October, and it'd be nice to get a streak going again.
Okay, Tom Pyatt, once again, guys, we'll send it back to you.
Well, that's important. Tom Pyatt did point that out, Terry. They haven't lost 3 straight games in regulation since the very beginning of the season in September. They haven't won 3 straight since mid-November. They've been an up-down roller coaster team. Tomorrow's game in Windsor is a big one to establish themselves, and we talk about playing Windsor and Erie. No disrespect to the Spitfires and Otters. You need to beat those teams to play with the big boys in this conference.
You have to do that because the big boys in the conference have picked up the 2 points against those teams that are a little bit lower in the standings, and the Spirit just looking for consistency. They've been looking for consistency really for about the last month and a half, and winning 3 straight on this weekend would certainly make that announcement to the rest of the Western Conference of the Ontario Hockey League. We're seriously making a run at the playoffs and looking for those top spots in the OHL Western Conference.
Next Spirit home game is next Saturday. Zach Torquato in the building. He'll be here for the All-Star game as well Wednesday. If you can't catch him then, the former number 3 overall pick for the Spirit in uniform, the new captain of the Erie Otters, with the old captain here, but he'll be watching, Andrew Hotham. Again, a 5-4 final for the Saginaw Spirit. They win the hockey game, identical score that they beat the Oshawa Generals by last night. And you see the sked in Windsor tomorrow at the barn. They're up in Sault Ste. Marie. Craig Hartsburg, the gold medal winning coach for Sault Ste. Marie, has that team rolling. And then tricky road trip. We only see the Guelph game on that schedule, but then trips to the Belleville Bulls. They haven't played against Belleville on that big ice surface, and same thing with the Mississauga Ice Dogs, and they'll see a few former friends there. Former Spirit Jean-Michel Risk, Scott Fletcher, Matt Carente, all part of that talented Ice Dog squad.
It's a big stretch of games because after that, there's only a month left in the Ontario Hockey League regular season, and home ice advantage will be a key going into the playoffs. And you mentioned that Guelph trip, Guelph and then Belleville and Mississauga. Some big games coming up here for the Saginaw Spirit, and of course the big game coming up on Wednesday. My 5 will have it, the All-Star game coming up as the Saginaw Spirit play host to the Stars of the Ontario Hockey League, the 2007 OHL All-Star Classic on My 5.
Of course, a successful weekend so far for Saginaw. They hope for the win on Sunday, and we know it's going to be nothing but successful Tuesday and Wednesday with sold-out crowds watching the skills competition Tuesday night, and of course Wednesday, the All-Star game, Western Conference versus Eastern Conference. As you heard Scott break the news, Tom Pyatt leading the way, wearing the C with so many incredibly talented players on the Western side. Quite an honor for a kid from Thunder Bay, Ontario, 4th-round draft pick of the New York Rangers. Let's send it back to the studio. That's it from here. Guys, successful night at the Dow Event Center, a 5-4 win for the Spirit. They get points 59 and 60 on the season in their chase for first place in the West.
Thanks very much, Greg and Terry. Great job by you guys. An exciting night of live hockey on TV5 over at the Dow Event Center. You know, it looked like this was going to go into overtime. A little over 3 minutes left. Tom Pyatt comes up big.
Of course, the captain of the Western Conference, and you know, yet big players make big plays during the regular season and in big games. We've got your third period Dow Chemical highlights. Right now, we'll pick this up now. Spirit, you know, they come out in this thing short-handed, but Tom Pyatt right here tries to do something about that. That probably should have been a penalty. He would miss right there, but Saginaw still clings to a 4-3 lead. Later, Mitch Manuel now going to get it cross ice right there. He's going to unleash the slapper, goes off the crossbar. Another close call for Saginaw. They still lead it 4-3. Now, Spirit on the power play. This is not good. A turnover to Keaton Turkowitz. He skates in, drops it here for Keith Wynn. He wrists one past Ryan Daniels, tying it up at 4. Spirit giving away leads left and right. They had a 1-goal lead, a 2-goal lead. Now tied up again. Daniels makes up for it. A big play right there with 6.5 to play. Keeps it at 4 apiece. 3.5 left. Saginaw on the power play, and here it comes now. The guy who's going to be the captain for the Western team coming through for Saginaw tonight. 5-4, Tommy Pyatt is second of the night, 25th on the season. Spirit take a 5-4 victory. Plymouth, they also win tonight, 6-0. And so they don't make up any ground in their division, but Saginaw now with 60 points on the season, they are one of 4 teams in the Western Conference with that many points.
Excellent. Keep it right here. We're going to wrap up this special broadcast of Saginaw Spirit Hockey right here on TV5. Of course, it wouldn't be a hockey broadcast without wrapping it up with the 3 stars.
Yeah, and we got the 3 stars right here, the Delta 3 stars of the game. We got to go with Tommy Pyatt with the game-winning goal, second goal of the night, 25 on the season. The captain of the Western Conference All-Stars coming through tonight big time for his team. Second star going to be Tyler Haskins, making big plays, getting a goal, and, you know, just keeping his team in the ball game. And finally, we got to recognize the Spitfire. 3 goals in the second period alone. Really, if they didn't have this guy tonight, probably would have been a Spirit blowout. Brad Stetzinger, a hat trick in the second period. That, your Delta 3 stars of the game.
Also, a reminder for folks, don't forget, you'll see Wednesday's OHL All-Star Hockey game on just one station. The action on the ice starts at 7 o'clock on My 5.
Thank you for watching Saginaw Spirit Hockey on TV5.
A special thanks to our hard-working TV5 staff, especially executive producer Matt Borick and technical director Gary Falkenhagen, who've helped make this broadcast possible. Good night to everyone.